So there's still a chance for these teams if they hit the right flow at the right time. So definitely looking forward to seeing what they can bring here in Saturday's Showdown. As we're starting off with the Poppy ban, we've seen a lot of lock bans. Our desk was talking about how Ezreal is very big in this meta. Both these players are Ezreal players. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a point of focus.
BNK have been heavily banning Ezreal so far in their drafts, though. So we'll see if they opt to go for a third in this situation. Still a lot of picks of it. Oh, Syndra getting taken out here. Obviously is a flex pick. But Cassiopeia will be the ban. We often see Cassiopeia countered by Syndra. I think his short range makes it a bit of a struggle. And it's just going to be the Vi lock-in for Nongshim, a pick that they have a good amount of priority on. They've been banning it pretty heavily themselves. They'll snap that up. Ezreal response comes through from BNK. A lot of safety, and honestly, in terms of AD carries, there's not many that can feel comfortable against a Vi. But with Ezreal, if she does get in range, which isn't always an easy thing, you can arcane shift over terrain, drag her into your team. And so Taeyong going to feel pretty happy getting this.
This is just like the slam dunk Ezreal angle. I mean, we already talked about how strong Ezreal is in this meta, but now you first pick Vi and you're playing against Taeyong. Like, he's going to take Ezreal away from you 100% of the time.
Notably, Camille left open and available. Not something I expect to pair necessarily with the Ezreal. We get the Jarvan coming through. I feel like this also works well because sometimes you see Sivir picked into Ezreal, and Jarvan really just handles Sivir quite well. Nongshim looking to pick up some champions on the top side. The Rumble, very effective. Also, you don't really want to play into Jarvan Rumble. Kingen had some great games on this last year, and has been pretty formidable, and it is just going to be Jhin. Jhin can operate from such a long range that you're not too concerned about the Jarvan. You're kind of out of position if he's able to reach you. And also does have a good amount of pushing power and laning power up against this Ezreal.
Yeah, I feel like it works really well with Rumble Vi as well. You know, you look for one pick, you land an Equalizer, you root them down. You've got a ton of range with a couple of ults with Equalizer and Curtain Call. So I like the synergy there. It is going to be Ezreal Bard. So the Bard is taken away before the second set of bans. Definitely a high prio support nowadays.
Yeah, also does a good job into the Vi because the Tempered Fate can just completely neutralize that. You can cancel Jhin ult and just provide a lot of map control with one of the best roaming supports in the game. They'll ban away that Nautilus that obviously benefits from Bard having such a thick hitbox, very rotund.
Yes.
So taking that one away. I think for Nongshim, you could look to target picks that do well into the Rumble. Jay's going to get taken away here. We saw Ambessa get picked more and more into Rumble. Early levels can be not the easiest matchup, but once you get 6, the healing really goes a long way into that matchup. So we'll see if they opt to ban that as well. BNK will take away that Camille themselves, which I think, honestly, when you're playing Ezreal, Vi, I said you can obviously outplay, but Vi and Camille, I think is just too much.
Yeah, and it's just very strong nowadays.
Yeah, also really good into Bard. We've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, if you see him out of position, drop the Hextech ultimatum, he can't for all the journey.
The one thing that's been ignored so far is the Lashen. Could definitely be something that Lahens goes towards. A lot of comfort, a lot of follow-up on what they already have.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing that before it was popular, so could see that come out. Now, for BNK FearX, there's a mid they want prior on. They can obviously snap that up now, but I think just responding to the Rumble makes sense. They are just going to go for the Cassante in this situation. Looking to scale up in the matchup. But also a pick that right now, the Jhin may not be able to cut through so easily. And then we get Shen coming in through for Lahens, a pick he's very confident on, very proficient on, and just a Rise for Scout. So adding a good amount of damage to the composition. A lot of playmaking tools. I feel a lot of setup, the roaming potential of the Rise as well. I think Nongshim can feel pretty comfortable with this composition. On the other side, we're going to get the Victor coming out for Vikla. And I think there's a lot of potential for BNK FearX going to have prio in the bot lane and the mid lane. It's something they can play around early. But I do feel like playing into Nongshim, once that Rise gets enabled, once the Shen gets enabled, there's so much power in the ultimates of Nongshim's composition. So I think level 6 is really where we see them come online and start making things happen.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much for all of them. For even the Rise to try to make plays. And we saw yesterday Faker fall very far behind on the Rise. He had his row at like something crazy, like 23, 25 minutes-ish. And it just didn't matter because the team held on and they were playing into a Nivea, Chovy's a Nivea, and you're like, well, this is not going to go well. And eventually he just did tons of damage. So, you know, in terms of the scaling, in terms of the answers into the Rise, it still feels like Rise has that kind of a timer on him where it's like, well, eventually this guy's just going to blow up our whole team. So, not a bad choice here.
Yeah, I think the point when you get the Actualizer is just so absurd, the damage output that you're capable of doing. And it really means that even tanky champs have to play with so much respect and can just get nuked by you. So definitely something you have to be concerned about.
Yeah, curious to see how Vikla would do on the Victor into that. But Taeyun getting the Ezreal this time around. That's going to be a big pick for this entire series as we have Nongshim versus BNK. Let's hop on the Rift. All right, here we go. Game 1 of match 97. And already we have some shenanigans here from BNK FearX as they're getting into the jungle of Nongshim.
So big thing is that Lahens has gone Ignite. And in this 2v2, we often see this on Camille as well, these sort of 2v2s where you need to double ranged. If you can find an aggressive early engage, leverage the power of the Ignite, and if you look at the combat summoners in general, it's Barrier Ignite against Heal Cleanse. This is pretty favorable for Nongshim because the Ignite reduces the healing from the heal, and the Cleanse, although it stops the CC, it's definitely more defensive. You're not going to have as much combat power and all-in compared to the Barrier. So I think Lahens and Diablo can leverage that and really look to potentially threaten. They didn't actually go for the taunt level 1. Lahens instead using his Q for a bit of a shield and to push the lane in.
So they know that Raptor's in the jungle. They're still going to get aggro here, though, as the root comes down at level 2. Kellen in a lot of trouble. Flash forward, and he doesn't die! Kellen just going to walk away. Does have to use both summoners, and it doesn't look like Raptor's actually coming down.
Yeah, if Diablo had the 4th shot prepped, that would have been enough to take down Kellen, but unfortunately did not there. You can see that early pressure, though, able to put it down from Lahens. And in terms of summoners, you are down the flash on Jhin in comparison, but supports trading summoners. I think Lahens is pretty okay with that one, especially as a Shen. You have the taunt to get away. Now, Raptor... Oh...
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Very unlucky timing. I mean, he had it at like 17 health. The rest
now,
of the
what is Sponge
chickens
to
were alive.
do? You see pings. He's looking to go into this bot side jungle. But pings are coming out from Kellen. So Raptor should take his red here, instantly beeline down, and look to cut Sponge off. If Sponge can't get any of these camps, he's in an awful position. Good ward here from Kellen. We'll spot that Lahens is there as well. So you can buy a little bit of time. And Raptor's going to try and do another camp here. If he can get this camp done and keep his smite up, then he can try and contest this blue. This is not a comfortable position for Nongshim.
No, they're trying to make the most of it, but I think they've realized that, especially now with Taeyun coming over, they say, well, I'll just take one Scuttle Crowd. Probably gets both, but still down a buff. Not a good feeling for Spawn.
I think the big thing for me is that Raptor didn't panic. He just kept on clearing through his camps, because one of the things with having all these camps up, it feels really good, but you have to kill them, you have to clear through them. And if Sponge distracts you and wastes your time, then you are losing out in the long run. He will look here for a return on the Raptors after they've been killed already, so a lot of extra XP from the second time round. Scout is here to defend, though. Really important that they stop him from getting this. Sponge is already down a level.
We got 2 supports coming up here as well. I mean, Raptor, he wants to keep up the tempo and take these respawn Raptors if he possibly can. He's got a lot of help here from his team. And it looks like Nongshim are just going to let Sponge fall behind. Not much they could do about contesting those Raptors.
Pretty good play coming out from Raptor there. And if you think about the past few minutes, I know Sponge obviously did get to clear up those Scuttle Crabs, but he's just been wandering about, trying to get these camps done. And Raptor's just been clearing them. Now, though, he's going over to these Krugs. He does have Prio in the top lane. but Raptor's going to spot him out. Sponge has smite advantage, so we'll definitely be able to grab the big one.
Yeah. He's going to smite that and loses the medium one. I'm not even sure what that guy's name is, but I suppose he can be the medium one for now. So he gets that, and he has to leave. And just looks like Raptor is following him around the map, while Sponge is trying to wander around the map to get whatever farm he can. So now Raptor's coming into Sponge's jungle again. And in the 1v1, I mean, this is not going to be a 1v1 for long, though, as we do have Scout coming over. He doesn't have much mana, but he's trying to defend as well as he possibly can. Raptor getting pretty deep in the enemy jungle. We'll get some help from Vikla to go away.
This has just been a constant back and forth between these two junglers, trying to find any angle, any advantage. Raptor, the one with the big edge so far, but now Sponge, knowing he was low HP, was looking to potentially challenge on camps, but we see here Raptor's just going to go pick up his Raptors, and Sponge will go back to his own jungle.
Oh, he hits level 6 here on this wave. Kingan's in a ton of trouble. TP's onto the wave, and actually with the equalizer, will be able to live. Just creates enough space there.
It was that Q as well, the final Q from Clear missed. I think if it hit that, he might have committed further, but is respectful there. Both top laners burning their flashes and ultimates there, and then Clear missing a minion.
He also missed the cannon minion as the TP was coming in. I guess a little bit distracted.
Yeah. Well, a lot of back and forth. No kills yet between these two teams, but they're definitely trying to find any edge they can get. It's still about a 2-camp lead for Raptor over Sponge. All the lanes have been pretty even so far.
Yeah. Saw a little bit of action in bot, but Kellen has the summoners back. So doesn't amount to too much. A very tiny lead for Diablo. Sponge is like, please.
His name is Raptor. Of course he's going to be here.
Hey, he wasn't named that for nothing. He's going in onto Lahenz, actually, who tries to taunt away, but there's the Cataclysm, has to flash, but the Magical Journey follow-up is big here for BNK FearX, and there's only so much Lahenz can do to try to get away after trying to help Sponge on his third respawn of Raptors.
I love the target selection from Raptor there. Knew that his bot lane was coming in, knew that Lahenz was out of position, and they end up getting him and the Raptors as a reward. The Magical Journey from Kellen to follow up was pretty phenomenal, so Sponge in a really rough spot. He was only a couple of camps down before, but he went for a reset. Raptor's just been clearing through. It's now a 1,000 gold lead between the two junglers, and we'll see the replay here. So it looks a bit precarious for Raptor, but the target selection decision to just go on Lahenz here catches him off guard, and then he uses Cataclysm. Lahenz flashes out, but the Magical Journey is already there. It felt like such a planned move by BNK FearX to turn it around there.
Yeah.
And Nongshim, unfortunately, falling prey to it.
Both junglers up here on the top side of the map, and notably the top laners also no flashes, as you talked about. So a bit of action. The junglers trying to mirror a little bit with Sponge. Once again, trying to get the Krugs.
Raptor's doing it again.
I mean, might as well. There's not really much that Sponge can do.
He has upgraded smite, so it's not even fair.
He gets vision with his flag, like.
Yeah, this has just been absolutely brutal. We kind of said before the series started, what Raptor, are we going to get? Are we going to get the Raptor from earlier this week? The answer is yes. He has just been dominating this matchup so far. Sponge does finally get his upgraded smite, but still not level 6. Raptor's about to tick over to level 7, and Sponge still hasn't got that ult available yet.
Remember when you said that level 6 was really important for this team?
Yeah.
Well, he got it. Okay.
They finally got it, and they do want to play for the grubs now on the back of this. I will say, though, Tatum's coming over.
Kingan's dead. I mean, he doesn't have any flash. There's two people up here. They catch him in the bush, and now Nongshim trying to make a play on a Vikla. We'll see if that works out, but the stun comes in with the binding, and now Lahenz, no flash, has to taunt away. Looks like they got maybe one of the grubs. Did they even get one of the grubs?
They did. You can see.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
But still feels really bad for Nongshim. Once again, BNK FearX, target selection, decision making, so good when it came to this, knowing that Kingan was without a flash, isolated in the top lane. They have a lot of CC between them, and it just puts Raptor even further ahead in this situation. We'll see the replay here. Kingan's trying to push the wave to get over there, but they set this little trap, and it's just a pocket where they don't have vision. Kingan's here, the rest of his team are at grubs, And just that one little bit of danger between them ends up in his death. And then the peel from Kellen here was really good. The stun and Vikla just flashing early, not giving them any chance, means that Nongshim just have to back away. So great moves. Now Raptor, in terms of levels, Sponge has caught up a decent amount. Catch up XP will do that, but Raptor already has his Sundered Sky. That's a huge spike to have.
Yeah.
And honestly, when we went to that last fight, he didn't have it. But we did see Taeyoon with like a Sheen available, and Diablo just had the Rectrix. I think it was just not a great fight for them, but they were trying to leverage those big ultimates. Still have those in the tank, but we'll see what they can make out of those. Because this game isn't exactly in a great spot right now, and they have to be really wary of Raptor and how strong he is.
At this item point, I mean, he can just start the dragon, and even though they have vision of it, they say, well, what are we going to do? You know, even with the ultimates, they're just going to say, well, you can have it.
And one of the problems is Sponge is like, well, I'll take this time to get some camps on the top side, which I think is all you can do in this situation. I'm not critiquing that. But Claire is the one who's isolated here. But at Cassante, I don't think you can dive that. And Nongshim feel the same way. They don't even look for it. So, I mean, a couple of camps for the dragon. I think BNK FearX very happy with that trade.
Yeah. They're going to enjoy a very early X-Tech Drake. A little bit of extra buffs. We have Mountain on the way, so could be the beloved Chemtech Soul. We'll have to wait and see what we do get for this first one. Now it looks like everybody's just kind of going for a reset. BNK FearX do have a slight gold lead. Most of it, actually, the same number is in the jungle, 1.3K, as is the team. So everyone else basically even.
I think the big thing when you're playing, particularly these Bruiser Sundered Sky junglers, is a 1.2K, 3K gold lead. It's not that big of a deal unless it gives an item completion, and particularly the Sundered Sky. So Sponge just does not want to contest anything right now until he gets his Sundered Sky completed. Like, if Raptor has a bit of extra HP, a bit of extra AD from his next components, that's not the end of the world. But if you fight now, it's going to be a really bad time. So he's just clearing through camps. Raptor's picking up everything he wants. And you look at the vision control around this bot side of the map. All these wards available. They're trying to protect Nongshim's red. Sponge will get caught out.
Yeah, it's not the Raptors this time. They've upgraded to a red buff, and Raptors here. So that's going to be very dangerous for them, trying to just go for the engagement. Raptor just runs face first into 4 and immediately dies. The smite goes over to the way of Sponge, and now Vikla is totally caught here as well. Will be going down, and that is a kill over to the Rise.
So I said before, you don't really want to contest BNK FearX when they have that item advantage on the Jarvan. If he does that, then yeah, sure. Why not? The value of the Sundered Sky wasn't really on display in that skirmish.
Oh.
The value of anything from the Jarvan wasn't really on display. Nothing really used. Raptor just... I think he was just hyping himself up a little bit too much. Maybe he heard us talking so positively about him, and he ends up leading the charge here and pulling the trigger. They could have played this slower, but he opts to go in and he misses the flag and drag. And so is just immediately punished. CC'd, doesn't get to press any other buttons or play the game. Doesn't get to use the Sundered Sky, doesn't get to use his ult. And then Vikla is still flashless. So the Realm Warp read from Scout is phenomenal. Kellen now in a bit of danger. I think Sponge, obviously got gold back from that play, but I think more than anything, he got his confidence back.
Yeah, it's over 2,000 gold swing with just that one play. And, I mean, there is so much CC on the side of Nongshim, especially with support jungle. If you're going to go in there, you got to be sure. Like, how many times have we seen teams, usually it's the blue team going into the red team's jungle on the top side where they just, that's like the int zone. That's, I think, what Huni called it on the space. But it is. Like, we've seen so many times teams from a lead try so hard to pressure that spot because it's important, but if you do it too aggressively, you'll get punished.
The thing is, it's so good for the defensive team because they can kind of fan out.
Yeah.
And when you engage in, you're in the middle of them now. Taunt Flash comes
is
through.
not Cassante, so diving this looks better, and Lahen's just going to die. It is traded back, though, as Kellen comes over.
You know, I was looking at the Victor, Did he just take one? Did he hang around and try and tank another tower shot? I guess we'll see in the replay.
Yeah, Lehens, he just took too many turret shots.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, but I'm trying to see, did he try and tank an extra one for his teammates?
I don't think so.
Because I thought he could just walk out in time. I guess we'll see.
Well, he taunt flashed and immediately took turret aggro, and I think he just took like 3 or 4 turret shots and just died. Very nice stun here, but we got a Shen coming on in here, and guess who's in trouble once again? It's Raptor.
Wow.
That giant lead they had, couple of big deaths that go the way of Nongshin.
It's just crazy how you can do so many things right in this early game. Step by step, Raptor has really ran the jungle matchup, and now he's just getting put in the bin.
You are not safe, Vikla. He doesn't have flash. I mean, he's going to drop a stun here and an arcane storm, and actually is able to walk it off. And now Sponge in a little bit of trouble, gets low, even with the help of Kellen, but he is able to walk it off.
What's interesting, Click could have TP'd there and cut them off. He has TP available. King can't stop it, does not have any CC. They don't call for it, though. They just let them walk out, because they were so deep. And if you look, there is that control ward quite a bit behind.
Yeah.
I thought there was the window for them to punish, but they don't end up going for it. This is the play. So the Hens, that's 1, 2. Okay, the last one just did so much damage. I think as well he tried to get a bit more auto damage off before walking out. Was just too much damage. The tower hits here. Sponge actually misses that initial engage, but the submarine effect of the Shen just makes it so hard to escape. And Nongshim in a pretty firm lead. A big thing is these kills they've been getting haven't been going to their jungler. So Raptor's still ahead, but instead they've been going to Scout and Diablo. And I think you're way happier about that, having the Fed Rise and Jhin.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, this is where the Jarvan feels very strong with that one-item spike, but you're not getting much value out of it. Whereas all the kills going to the carries of Nongshim that will do much more later in the game than a Fed Jarvan.
There's a 1,800 gold lead between the 80 carries, which is crazy.
Yeah. Taeun hasn't died. He's just not getting kills.
Yeah, and especially because, you know, Ezreal, we so often talk about the 2-item spike. Jhin, I feel like he always needs more than that to really get online, to really get going. But if you have a big enough gold lead, you can kind of circumvent Ezreal's power spike and get to the point where Jhin is just strong for the whole game. You do not see the dragon being attempted by Nongshim, but they will back away. With it being Hextech Mountain, there's a good chance it's one of the weaker souls. And it's also, you know, it's 17 minutes, second dragon hasn't been taken. Soul's really not on the forefront right now. I think if BNK Fearx do get a second, it's a good win con, but it's still very far away. Now, we did just see Diablo pick up his second item right now, has a Stormrazor. So he's in a pretty strong position. The only champion in the game right now to have 2 items.
You get those...
I guess unless you count the supports, but that item's kind of fake.
That is not real.
Yeah, no,
that's
we don't count that.
They're on 1 item at the moment. And yeah, I mean, Nongshim are ahead, but still not going to just do a, you know, open Drake straight in the face of BNK Fearx. That's still a little bit too risky. They are going to get that mid-tier 1, though, so now as a team, they can make a maneuver over towards this objective and maybe even look for a fight. But again, you don't have to unless they want to utilize that Jhin power spike. Really taking their time with this one and not forcing the dragon.
The thing is, you have a gold lead, you're in a really strong position, your comp scales well. I mean, BNK Fearx's does also, but like having the Rise in pocket feels really good. Is the dragon really going to change the state of the game? Not really. But if you throw at the dragon, that will change the state of the game. So I think there just isn't the pressure for Nongshim to start it. If BNK Fearx started, I think you should contest them, you should stop them, you should win the fight with the lead you have right now. But there's no pressure for Nongshim to pick it up, and they're so far away from a soul, I think they can kind of just chill out. We do see the Seraphs completed by Scout as well. 3-item spike is the big one for Rise, but 2 is still pretty formidable.
Yeah, hoping he goes for the Actualizer.
Yeah.
That is the boom boom damage item. You can go for something like Zhonya's or God forbid, Cosmic Drive or something like that.
People go Chobi Belt.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. They are looking for the root here in the kill on Raptor, as that is 3 deaths where he is just helpless.
Yeah.
He's just dead all 3 times.
Yeah, I was praising BNK Ferex for their target selection earlier in the game, but Nongshim have been ruthless. And the CC is always layered in a way where Raptor doesn't get to play the game. And I feel like the confidence he had early in this game has kind of backfired massively because he walks up thinking, I'm strong, I'm fed, what can they do to me? Well, we got the answer, what they can do to you. And it's not a good time. So now Dragon's picked up 4,400 gold lead for Nongshim. And they're going to get this tower bot lane as well, it seems. If Click, I don't think you prevent this, so it is just a crazy gold advantage.
Turret's going to go down. Clear trying to at least punish it, even if he can't prevent it. The angle there, not the best on the pull, and also Realm Warp available.
Yeah.
With Lehen's there too.
That was a little bit miscommunication, because Scout basically waited out all the CC and then Realm Warped away. He was completely safe, and I think Lehen's was a little bit concerned, so used the Stand Unite. It's some big tools, honestly, committed by Nongshim, so Clear burning the Realm Warp and the Stand United definitely valuable, but didn't have too much chance of actually getting the kill.
Yeah. At the same time, though, there's not really much that BNK Ferex can do to pressure the map at this timing without those ultimate abilities. You don't have the item spike for your Ezreal. There's no objective available. You're kind of just farming from behind. And also, Nongshim did roll the Infernal Soul. So that will be the choice here, not one of those weaker ones.
Yep.
Sponge up here, but a lot of help from BNK Ferex, so they're going to back off.
Good restraint coming out here from Sponge. Not overcommitting on the play. It's crazy how far behind he was and how just a little misplay from Raptor has turned this game on its head. Now looking to contest this red maybe here. Actually, instead turning straight onto the Victor. Victor now isolating alone.
Yeah, I mean, he's just super dead. Like, they're just going to take down the turret as well, and I think Vikla just a bit too far up. He has to know that the rotation is coming in, and unfortunately did not read the situation and just dies.
It's great timing to cut them off, cut off the support. Now they're going for a Herald mid. They have no mid-tier 1, though, in this situation. I was thinking they were going to collapse on them. Instead, they're going straight for the Baron.
Yeah, they're just doing the Baron. And this is very early. This is 21 minutes.
It is not... Oh.
They're looking for a turn here. They're going to throw everything into the Bard, so that's really not going to find too much value with the Magical Journey getting him out. And Raptor is, well, he's still has 2 items and he's still Jarvan, so no follow-up there.
I was going to say, it is not the Hunting Baron, so they don't have to worry about the crazy damage.
Yes.
And this play, if you look at the position of Lehen's here on the minimap, he's just cutting off any support that could come in. This was a full, proactive, 5-man play to cut off the Victor, and you see the vision setup that was still there afterwards. Just really gave no outs for Vikla and no way for BNK Ferex to counter it. Now they have got a Tempered Fate here.
Now Scout in a bit of trouble here. We'll see if there's any CC though, as the flash on in with the binding is enough from Kellen to get the kill. Shutdown does go to Vikla. Kellen really playing on a knife's edge there, nearly dies.
Yeah, but he had to get the stun because all the CC had been used and he was stuck in the Cataclysm, so using the Cataclysm to get that stun was a great play from Kellen, but a lot committed to take down Scout. If he'd gotten away, he would have felt pretty bad about it.
Vikla just picked up his Blackfire Torch. If you compare that to Scout, who is about to get actualized.
Wait, I think he had that a while. I think he just picked up his rocket.
No, he had the belts on the play, and I saw the pop-up come.
I think that was late. I definitely saw him pick up Blackfire Torch like 10 minutes ago.
You think so? I mean, that would make more sense, but maybe we just had an incorrect graphic. Not 100% sure. Ox is on the play. He's getting the replay. We'll know very soon. But the point is, Scout does a bajillion more damage.
He had the Blackfire Torch.
Yeah, he did. Which makes sense.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for. Keep you right.
To open up the VOD real quick.
Yeah. Prove it to you. But yeah, your point still stands. Scout is about to hit level 16. Did just get it. About to have Actualizer. This is the point everyone talks about when they talk about Ryze being strong. Because level 16, you get the maximum amount of damage on your Overflow, I think it's called. You get the boost whenever you empower it. And the Actualizer is, of course, really strong. Now here, all the CC is committed early, apart from the Bard Q. So Kellen making sure he secures that against the Cataclysm. If it was Bard and any other jungler, you wouldn't be able to stun in that scenario.
Uh-oh.
Another Tempered Fate.
And it's going to save Kellen, but also kind of negates the engage from Raptor, but not a bad idea because the rest of Gnomeshim is on the way. As there comes Lahen's going to get the taunt on Avikla, who's very low, but they're going pretty deep for this one. Sponge going all in for the kill, but he will trade his life on Avikla. Clear, trying to tank up in the front line. He's going to have to flash away. Kingen now doing some DPS to the front, and you see BNK are just on the escape route here. But here comes Diablo trying to finish off the kill on a Taeyun, and he does pick it up. And now we got a couple of fish in a barrel here in Clear and Kellen.
They have no wave, though, so I think they're actually out. That was a crazy aggressive passage of play for Gnomeshim there. They only get a 1-kill advantage in that, so it was definitely a little bit close. Starts off here, where Scout finds Kellen, and Kellen ends up using the Tempered Fate. A little bit of anti-synergy there, if I'm going to be honest, between Kellen and Raptor. But in the ensuing play, I love this from Lahen. So the shots are being blocked by Vikla, and Lahen says, you know what, let's guarantee the 4th shot with the taunt. Vikla not expecting to get jumped on by Shen there, then gets taken out by the Vi. And even though we see Sponge go down, he's taken out this threat in the Victor. Kingen creates a lot of space here. And then look at Diablo here. This is crazy. Goes in, flashes the combo. And there was 3 members of BNK FearX, but he felt confident. This feels a little bit like the Diablo of old. Crazy that we're seeing it on the Jhin.
Yeah, everything you're saying is correct here, Ox, but we got an update from production. He sold the Blackfire Torch, and he left the base. He left the base so he couldn't cancel it or undo, so he went back and bought it again. So that's why the graphic popped up of him getting the torch, because I'm like, I definitely saw the torch.
And I'm like, I definitely saw him buy it early in the game. Wow.
We're both right.
And you know what?
Which is crazy.
We're right, and you know who's wrong? Vikla is for that. The mismanagement.
So wrong.
Oh my god. I mean, he's already like 1,100 gold behind, but now he's going to be even further behind on that miss sell.
So this is the area that Huni always loves to talk about, where they're going way too aggressive. Sponge, a big plot out here, but just trying to tank up and buy time for the rest of the team to come over. Equalizer is good, but Kingen, oh, that's a massive shot here from Diablo as well, and now Taeyeon's super low. But they're not getting the kills here. Diablo gonna get knocked back, and now he's isolated. And should be a kill for the side of BNK FearX. Do not go all in there. As Gnomeshim once again get punished just like every other team.
I feel like Gnomeshim are saying, hey guys, you remember that spot around the red buff where BNK FearX threw the early game? Yeah? Got a fight there? Why not? Well, this is why not. Just overextended. You have Vikla over the wall, the TP coming in to cut them off. It's very hard to push in deeper because they're over the wall, they're cutting you off on the flanks, and the Hens goes solo onto Victor but has no backup. Scout is trying to 1v1 clear and he has so much MR, it's just impossible. This was honestly about as bad as things could be for Gnomeshim.
That's Rice Group, baby.
At least it's fair now, right? BNK FearX threw the game earlier around that point, now Gnomeshim did too. I will say one thing is that Clear has gotten extremely tanky because Diablo has gone the I don't believe in armor pen build where he builds a lot of items but still does not have a Last Whisper item. So he's not doing much damage to Clear. He has Kanik, Rukin, and Jackshow, so neither of the AP champs are either. Hens does dip out.
Nice try, Kellen.
I like the crying kitty though. I get it.
He's got good emote game for sure. They're just trying to turn onto the front line here, but the Equalizer's getting a lot of damage. Sponge, though, going to get 100 to 0 as now. Raptor trying to create some space, but look at the back line. Scout goes in and nearly dies. He's just trying to actualize Taeyun out of the game. And that is the damage we were talking about from Scout. As now he's just going to roam warp out of there. He's like, I've done my job. See you later.
It's hard to call an outplay, but Scout just presses a couple of buttons and just one-shots Taeyun. I feel kind of bad for them, honestly, but this is the power of the Rise right now when he's hitting squishy targets more than anything. So this play, it kind of felt like Raptor was sick of getting jumped on by Sponge all game, and he kind of turns it around. He then goes on the Victor, but just dies here. But look at Scout on the flank. The cleanse comes through, the stun as well. But the Seraph shield is so big with Actualizer, and he just nukes him. It's not okay. And unfortunately, Vikla not quite as strong, especially because of the little mishap with the item selling.
Yes, little.
Yes.
A small one.
would have had Void Staff there. I don't think that would have I mean, he wasn't involved in the Rise situation.
No, he did a lot of damage to the left side. I was actually watching him because he was the focus of the Rumble Vi combo. But he lived and actually did a decent amount of damage. But that side of Nongshim successfully disengaged. Yeah. Whereas the side of BNK that got nuked by Scout did not. So that's really the difference there. And now we're kind of in an awkward game state here where neither team has the pressure on the Dragon Soul just yet. Nongshim are looking at the Soul point, but again, this is 30 minutes into the game.
I just looked it up. He lost 840 gold from selling it and buying it back, you know?
Yeah.
So that gold lead in the mid lane is like 1.2k because of that.
Yeah. They're looking for King in here. Raptor is going pretty deep for this one, though, as now the Realm War coming in from behind. Scout is going to be isolated, but down will go Raptor, and now Scout is unleashed. As meanwhile, the front line here, Sponge is taking a lot of damage, but he lives for long enough to tank it up for Nongshim. As that is a nice little flank play from the side of Nongshim. Vikla not able to dodge it for the entirety of that curtain call, and Nongshim win a very big fight here.
Yeah, they just don't really have tools to deal with Scout. They go for the Tempered Fate, but the problem is he has a Seeker's Arm Guard as well. So if they jumped on him after it ended, he would have just popped the Seekers. And if you don't have tools to deal with him, he will just absolutely decimate you. This Rise is very much online and keeps getting access to squishy targets. The problem is you have 3 carries on the side of Nongshim, very real threats across the board. And it's all up to Vikla and Taeyeon to match that, and they just aren't as strong. They're behind in gold. They're not posing as much threat. This is level 18 Rise. Vikla sold his item and bought it back. There's a lot of factors here. So they initially go here onto Kingin, but not quite able to get the damage down. And then Scout finds his flank. Tempered Fate comes through. They go for the flag and drag, but even if they follow up here, he has another stasis. And look at him just melting people. Yeah. It's not going too well for BNK Ferex right now.
Yeah. I think the only way they deal with Scout is if they 100-0 him before he 100-0s their entire team.
Yeah, he now has the full Zhonya's completed. He didn't use, but had it, and now has a full Zhonya's, so he is a very real threat. He's always been a very real threat, but just you don't have the tools to really deal with him. He doesn't have Flash, but I think Zhonya's is just enough safety. Unless he's massively out of position, I think it's so hard to see an avenue where they take him down.
Yeah. As long as Scout plays it well, and he has been playing this game very well. Like, he's done well with the lead that he's gotten for himself.
And Diablo now has Armor Pen. He's got full 5 items compared to 3.5 of Taeyeon. So that is the biggest goal lead in the game right now, by the way. 5,000 between these 80 carries. And I think even though he went the roundabout way of getting to having IE, having your Armor Pen item, at this point, Jin just feels so strong.
Yeah. I mean, once you get all those items where you're actually dealing damage, as look at this, the core item purchase graphic pops up.
I mean, he has
right
756 AD, by the way. 783 there.
That's actually insane. Is that like Veigar for AD? Like, what is happening?
That's just Jin.
It's just Jin, but it's kind of incredible. He's also up 2 levels on Taeyeon. Like we talked about in draft, we talked about before draft, in the pre-show, about how Ezreal is very strong. It's going to be a big prio pick in draft. And Nongshim are like, whatever.
If BNK Ferex loses, well, it'll be the first Ezreal loss in this round.
He's going to drop an equalizer here. This is going all in onto Taeyeon. The follow-up is not there. They're very deep in there, but Sponge has the GA, and those shots are hitting Taeyeon anyway. And now King just burned them all to a crisp. Even Vikla trying to get away, but he will be not able to. And Nongshim, 12K ahead, will end this first game in their favor.
Some on-point shots there from Diablo, landing it there, getting one to chunk out Taeyeon, and then the final one and Kellen as King burns them. It was a strong early performance from BNK Ferex. Raptor was running the jungle, but that one misplay and Nongshim just not let them breathe for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there was that one moment, but it just felt very insignificant after the fact, because even though they did kind of throw in the enemy jungle, they're like, oh, okay, we're still in the lead, we can still win this one. And
yeah.
Played it out cleanly from there, so one little whoopsie, but
and you know
very
what?
Strong play to come back in this one early.
I'm going to say something. I don't think the Blackfire sell and rebuy really changed things too much.
No.
Didn't help, but there were a lot of other things that went wrong in this game.
Yeah, he could have done a bit more damage, I suppose, but there weren't any moments where it was like, oh, Vikla barely didn't get the kill, so, you know, Scout was able to take him down.
I think there's just very much a timer on this game, where it gets very hard to deal with the likes of this Rise, and they didn't have great answers. The gold lead as well is always going to make things 10 times more difficult, but yeah, good start from Nongshim here.
A very strong showing from them. They came back from an early deficit and immediately turned it back in their favor as a team. So 1-0 for Nongshim, and we'll head to a break.
빅토르 바텀. 나 이번에 미드 이퀄 한번.
미드 좀 한번.
야, 진 W만 볼래? 하나, 둘, 셋. 볼게.
야 이제. 아 맞아.
이제 풀 있어, 이제 풀 있어.
타올게.
아, 자르만 인기 없어.
앞에서부터. 빅토르 볼 수 있나?
안 돼. 빅터를 못 봐.
나한테 높을.
아 빨리 끝내줘 빨리 제발.
나 탱해줄게.
나왔어.
야, 초반에 너무 빡센데 이거?
So that was the profit.
That is a big difference, yeah. A big 2 stacks worth of difference.
Oh no. Well, we'll see what they can do this game. I think Raptor started really well, but just got heavily targeted by Nongshim there. You're going to get the bans start flying in here. It is BNK Fearex on first pick this time. Last time they had second pick. But they are going to ban away the lock regardless. Been banning it on both sides.
Yeah, some teams do that. T1 was doing that yesterday as well. It feels like maybe with the new champ coming in, their team hasn't practiced enough with it. Perhaps. I'm sure our mid laners can pilot it.
And it feels really good if you're playing against a team where they don't feel comfortable in lock and they'll just keep banning it. So you don't have to ban it yourselves. And it just takes a lot of weight in the draft so far. Camille will be banned early on this time. Last time we had Cassiopeia and Syndra banned away, which have now been swapped for the Camille and the Lucian. So we are going to get that Cassiopeia coming in quickly from Vikla in this situation. Will we get a Syndra in response? We've often seen it do pretty good in terms of that. Cassiopeia has to be in range to operate. Syndra can just use that stun, and it will come through with the Jace as well. And already this composition feels a little bit uncomfortable for the Cassiopeia, because if you get in range of Syndra, you get stunned, you get ulted. You're not getting in range of Jace unless Jace is doing something very wrong. So I think BNK Fearex needs some tools to close the distance.
Yeah, the Lee Sin's good, comfort-wise, player-wise for Raptor. We have a lot of great Lee Sin players in Korea.
We've seen so much of this Lee Sin Cassiopeia, I feel, but it's not exactly a synergistic duo.
No.
We've seen like the Annie Lee Sin, Rise Lee Sin, so
Just individual good picks.
yeah, will be more about Raptor playing to other areas of the map where you'll have setup. But, you know, level 6, you still have that Petrifying Gaze. And the Olaf coming in potentially very early. We've seen Olaf be a humongous pick into the right compositions when they lack the damage. Picking this one before you know if the Syndra's going bot. So Nongshim have time to bring out some more DPS here. But I will say, Olaf into Jace specifically, assuming it's Jace top. You can't just run him down. You get a lot of power of your level 6 that he doesn't match. I saw them hovering the Skarner. I think that's something the Olaf also does, is Skarner's been really good into Lee Sin, really effective at shutting him down. But you do not want to play Skarner into Olaf because he just ignores you. You do nothing to him. So instead they're going to go for the Xin Zhao. And I think there's a lot of value to this Olaf pick to kind of defend Raptors' Lee Sin pick in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good draft-wise. I just wonder, you know, how will the Olaf do in the actual game? You know, does it enable a Lee Sin enough in terms of the pick that it has to go into? Xin Zhao is still a very strong jungler, as now we're, of course, going to be looking at the bot lane for some more of these bans.
Yeah, and we have seen a bit of a shift away from mages recently compared to what we expected, what we saw at the international tournaments. Obviously, the two highest priority carries in Ezreal and Jhin have already gone. Lucian has been banned away. Lulu's going to get taken out in this situation. And I do feel like Nongshim would appreciate having a AD carry with a lot of sustained DPS. Lulu can obviously bolster that, but not going to be the case right now. We'll see what comes in as the final ban here for Nongshim. Going to take away that Leona. I think part of the reason maybe they're banning away enchanters is that if you pick like a CC support here, it just doesn't feel like it does that good into Olaf. I know I'm tunneling heavily on this Olaf pick, but I think it can be more frustrating when Olaf's trying to chase down a target who gets sped up and runs away from you. Civ are going to get banned out here. Obviously quite a mobile AD carry, a lot of DPS. They are just looking towards the Nautilus though, so Lahens doesn't really care about the Olaf. He's like, I'll CC someone else. And now for BNK Fear X, there's things like the Corki available we've seen rising a bit in priority recently. You could just go a mage yourself. I know I talked a bit about not being ideal for Nongshim, but I think for BNK Fear X, they could go it. I'm going to go for the Rel first and foremost for Kellen.
Rel MF.
Could be an option here for sure. I think having something that can close the distance in the Rel is really good. Also, you can give that movement speed to Olaf when he's going in, which feels really nice. And then an MF you could just put down here. I think as well, Leona's really good into MF because you can solar flare when she's ulting. But Nautilus, his ult takes a bit of time. And if you want a dredge line, someone can block it, someone can be in the way. So I think it'd be a fine position to take it if you wanted.
A lot of thought here in Varus. Looks to be the choice.
Yeah, Varus, a pick that obviously has been nerfed like 76 times and still in the meta. So definitely drop down in terms of priority, but we'll see if they opt to go for the poke Varus or on it. I think here probably just poke. No one's that
Kai'Sa enjoyers with the Nautilus up there and a little smirk on Diablo's face.
So,
saw it coming here.
Based on how Diablo was playing Jhin, he's definitely feeling like he wants to play Kai'Sa because he was kind of playing that in that way a little bit. Obviously has a lot of tools to sort of navigate away from Olaf.
Yeah.
Depending on the build, if you end up going a Zhonya's just kills momentum for Olaf because he needs to keep attacking to keep his ult running. So a lot of value there. Kai'Sa Nord, a strong duo, but in the lane, I feel like there will be the edge towards Taeyun and Kellen. Kai'Sa not the best laner early unless you can find an all-in. So I think interesting what we've seen come out here. I think the thing I'm really looking towards is what this Olaf can do. We've seen Olaf take over games. Kai'Sa does have sustained DPS, but is pretty short range. But in terms of the Syndra and the Jace, if you're behind and this Olaf is running at you, you just can't really do too much about it.
I'm excited for the Kai'Sa for Diablo. I think it's a very nice spot. The lane, you know, is one thing, but I do think that the Kai'Sa can deal with so many of the things on the opposite side. So much mobility on this to get away from Olaf, from Rel, from certainly. Sin, we'll have to wait and see how Diablo pilots it. He was great in game 1, but we're ready. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, game number 2. Nongshim versus BNK FearX, the grudge match. And so far, it's been coming up all Diablo so far, even though he wasn't the main character of game number 1. His team certainly was.
Clear with the Ignite Olaf, which is a little bit surprising. Also has Storm Raider's Surge as well. He wants to win lane, if it's not clear. He wants to run down King.
It is clear.
And kill him.
He is clear.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. I think it's pretty obvious. As the gate's going to come up here early, Clear's like, I would really like my Undertow Axe.
Well, then he misses it. Ugh.
Yeah, so if you take Ignite and you don't get an early lead, you still do have Ignite. It's going to help out for a lot of these early trades, even if you do fall a little bit behind, but you're definitely losing a lot of momentum.
I like the tech from Kingen to get the E level 1, just so you can knock him away. Not an ability you normally skill on Jace level 1.
Yeah, I saw that gate, I was like, huh, interesting. He did go gun form, and now he kind of goes in. There's the knockback, as Clear's like, all right, I've done my damage. Kellen does get locked up here, and does take a bit of damage, but he's okay.
Yeah, I think Kingen was pretty close to the point of no return where you're just getting ignited and dying. Does manage to survive and will TP back in. So not too dire yet, but I think it shows how scary this lane can be. Diablo and Len's actually been able to get control of this bot lane so far. And going to be able to get a reset here as well.
Yeah, they did a good job in the last matchup of just pushing the lane, hitting level 2 first, and utilizing that to nearly kill Kellen in that first game. And once again, same thing in the second game, but obviously very different lanes. So kind of interesting how they were able to do it once again. Here's Lehens in the mid lane. Vikla's like, this is weird. Scout though, the flash forward, and Vikla just sits him down. First blood goes to Vikla as he's trying to get it back for the team.
Yeah, big overforce there from Scout, and Vikla just cuts him down, sees the window. The Scout of the week wasn't good, the flash from Vikla was great, and then the flash from Scout very, very late. So, big advantage for Vikla, and maybe a bit of redemption for any Blackfire Torch-related instance in the last game.
Yes. We will remember that for a while.
Actually not going for any mana pickups here for Vikla on his first back. Going for the Ruby Crystal and the Null Magic Mantle.
Well, if you're going to all in, go for Kingen, I suppose, as the Ignite is there, the Sonic Wave hits, and Raptor with a nice gank up in the top lane. Clear is going to be okay with the safeguard that does come in.
A little bit close, but able to get the play and get out. And the kill goes to Clear as well, so he's feeling fantastic about this situation.
I mean, you definitely wanted to get some kind of momentum. And even though there was a giant wave, I think Kingen kind of saw it come in, but let's take a look at the mid lane.
So he sees the Nautilus, starts moving away, gets the poisons down, flashes over the Scout of the week. Just really well played there by Vikla.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He knows he messed up.
All you can say in that situation. Lehen's taking the time as well to roam mid, not getting rewarded.
Got to play in the bottom side here. Taeyeon in a bit of trouble. He gets pulled back and even tries to go for the kill, moves forward, knows he can't get away. But Diablo just able to flash away from that one. And now Kellen in a bit of trouble as he's on the run. He's running very fast with the help of his friendly horse. And now Diablo trying to close the distance, but now we got a TP coming in. This is from Taeyeon himself as now the re-engage comes in. Root onto Kellen. But no flash here for Taeyeon.
He hit the arrow.
I think he's out of range, and he's just going to go for Lehens instead, who might be in a bit of trouble here. No flash on him, and the follow-up here from Kellen to his death! And now, yes, Taeyeon will get this kill. Maybe a follow-up if the arrow hits, but no, not quite enough.
And I think...
Congratulations, Lehens.
Did support to get 500 kills. He deserved that one, for sure. Turning it around there onto Kellen. And considering you're picking Varus, you're picking Poke Varus into a Kai'Sa, and the Kai'Sa is ahead early, this is not a good omen for BNK FearX. Here, Diablo steps forward in front of the rain of arrows, so Blight doesn't get procced. And then here, instead of going into the fog of war, like aggressing into where Taeyun is hidden, is patient, flashes the arrow. Diablo never had those Blight procs stacked, and I think it shows how dangerous it can be playing into this Varus, but they're just playing it so well. And then here, when it gets turned around... Oh no.
Taeyun is super duper dead. Nothing he can do about that one. Nice little dive here from Nongshim. And the kill goes to the Kai'Sa in the hands of Diablo.
Yeah, this is not feeling very positive for Taeyun right now.
Just pick Kai'Sa and Varus every game if this is the way it's going to go.
I think really that all-in we saw before, the fact that Diablo didn't get hit by the Blight proc at all, kind of shows they're just playing it so well.
Yeah.
Now that they're looking for a dive on a Kingin, TP from Lahens, of all people, will come in. Some nice dodges on the undertows, and they'll actually negate this play completely. So fantastic from Nongshim there. Not only getting the favorable play in the bot lane, but also stopping BNK FearX from doing anything top.
Yeah, and Kellen showing on the top side of the map just leaves Taeyun once again in kind of a rough situation. This is not a Victor we're talking about that can easily clear waves with the Lost Chapter. It's just a Varus who does have decent wave clear, but he's still struggling down there. Bit of damage comes in from the undertow, but Kingin trades it back. Just a little bit low on mana, so maybe in a rough spot there.
That's one of the things to Jace is that you regen so much mana from autoing the wave in melee form, but he's not really in a position to do that right now with the Olaf in his face. Ignite is back up for clear, so something you have to be concerned about. And level 6 now hit for Taeyun, which is a massive spike. Diablo's cleanse isn't quite available, so you really want to wait for that before you go for anything in this 2v2.
It's funny, Diablo, you know, even with the BF sword and a couple of kills, still just not able to step up to the wave, takes damage from the poke. He's just waiting for the wave to push into him.
Yeah, just being patient, respecting the range of the Varus. But now, Cleanse is available, Killer Instinct is available. They could look for something if they see a window. This is the point where you're actually comfortable to do so.
Especially with no flash still here on Taeyun. But the poke has been good. And I feel like this is, especially with the Dirt completed and a tier online for Taeyun, as long as he doesn't make any more mistakes, this is what you can do. This is why the Kai'Sa can struggle with the range advantage going in the favor of Varus.
I think a big thing is Diablo here went the BF sword early, which feels really good, but so often you're just not able to afford a BF sword early. Whereas Dirk, one of the reasons Dirk is built so often, not even just specifically on the Thalta champions, when we see champions who would rush an early Dirk, and we've complained about it. A big factor is it's easy to do, and it's a strong one-component spike. And Taeyun really leveraging that right now.
BNK FearX big index into taking the grubs. And you see that Nongshim were considering going in on that one, but not going to elect to do so, especially with the top lane in the position it is, as the knockback comes through, and the Ragnarok is there, but Kingin still in a lot of trouble. Even with the undertow missing, he just runs him down.
I can't really think of what else King can do in that situation. He gets the knockback before the ult activates, so he actually gets some distance between them. If Clear had ulted a split second earlier, I mean, he would have already been, he died anyway, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. Like,
Clear didn't even have to flash.
Didn't even have to flash. It just makes you think that there was so much sort of threshold for how easy it was for him to kill Kingin. The fact that he didn't have to flash, the fact that he got knocked back, and he still just runs him down. This is not a good spot to be in. Yes, a little late on the ult.
He like kind of runs back in.
And then he just runs at him. Well,
I think if like the second after he knocks him back, he flashes and just runs away, maybe he can like get him in danger of dying to the turret. Little bait here from Vikla, but the Scout of the Week is good. Hits Raptor as well.
A little low on mana, but Vikla will just back away. Scout doesn't have any mana components built yet, no Lost Chapter. Instead opting for that early movement speed with the Ionians. And it's slowed down a little bit here. Haven't really seen Diablo able to find success, him or Lahens in the bot lane 2v2 since earlier. It's just been getting poked out. And the game's slowing down. Top lane, though, you're now flashless into this Olaf.
who still has Flash and Ragnarok back up. Doesn't have Ignite.
Pretty low cooldown, though.
Yeah, you'll have it soon.
And I wonder if it's going to get to the point where Sponge just has to hover around top all the time, or your top laner dies. And the concern about that is if you opt in, and I don't think he's quite at that point, but you're always scared. What if he just 1v2s us?
I mean, there's always a world. There's some top laners that can do that. You know, Renekton was always a big one. Olaf.
I always think of, like, Illaoi.
Yeah. Or like Asante can pull one under the turret or something like that. Trying to go in onto Raptor, who just hops away, respects it. They don't want any piece of this fight, BNK FearX. Now maybe looking for the turnaround, but just a little bit of damage from Vikla. And that's about it. I say that, he is going up the lane. Bit of posturing from both sides. As the flash with the taunt, or rather the ult, is not really going to work. Double knockup comes in here as the follow-up from the Rel is there. Raptor trying to knock them down, and Tame gets here first. But in goes Diablo into 3, has to flash away. And it's not quite enough damage to take down Raptor. Now another hook comes down, and a double scatter is going to get both of them. And Tame now nowhere to go. Raptor goes back in to try to secure the kill. But he might have just secured another kill for Diablo.
Void Seeker in 2. Can he get it?
Not able to land. Oh, Scatter is there, and Scout picks up a very deserved kill.
Scout played that so well, just consistently landing this CC on the key targets, keeping being. Oh,
Kingan's dead. Yeah, there's nowhere for him to go. Flash available. Kingan's like, yep, FML, I guess.
I love how everything is going pretty good for Nongshim right now, and then you just go top lane. It's like an absolute nightmare scenario. So Vikla flashes in, but they're running away, so you're never going to stun them. And then the stun comes in, the CC comes in. Scout didn't have ult at this moment. It's about to come up, so wasn't able to immediately punish. We see Diablo fly in, immediately get ulted by the Varus, but then uses the cleanse. Boom. And then Raptor solo. The double stun there was so good. Hayun tries to turn it around, but it's lethality Varus. You don't have the DPS. And then here, the dodge from Scout into this final stun.
Oh, we got a fight in live, by the way. Somebody is in there, and of course it's Clear trying to take out Scout, but the hook comes in, and it doesn't matter. Clear just flashes on top of them as BNK FearX not one to back down from a fight, and Clear trying to take it into his own hands.
Yeah, King's like just sheepishly farming the wave top. Like, you guys have got this, right?
Yeah.
You guys can handle this 4-0 Olaf. Perhaps not. Perhaps
Wait, what is this? Diablo's just going for a little stroll through his jungle and just gets his head taken off. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one either. I think there was precedence to suggest that BNK FearX would kill you there.
And maybe they're going to do it again here as over the wall goes to Raptor with the ward. Lahen's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. Now they are pretty deep. We got a TP coming in. As he unleashed powers into Raptor, now trying to turn on a Kingan. And that is not a very strong chase. He does have one item at least. So he's just going to run away sheepishly once again. And now down his TP.
Okay, it may have taken us 3 deaths to learn it, but I hope Nongshim have learned something about contesting the fog of war when you don't have control. Or perhaps not. I guess we'll see how it plays out in this game. Just a very weird passage of play. I kind of want to see how it started off with Clear killing Scout. I mean, Scout didn't have resources. So they're posturing around here.
Look at the wards. Look at how deep they are in the jungle.
Yeah, they're such a good setup from BNK FearX. So the flank comes in. Nothing. The Syndra even gets the stun at the start. In fact, Olaf doesn't have ult. And still just runs down Scout.
No problem.
No problem there. And then, okay, they have vision on a jungle. They have control on a jungle. There's people in our jungle. And yet, we saw the follow-up where Nongshim were just like, you know what, let's test that. Let's make sure they're really in our jungle.
As a Kaisa, alone. Just walking through.
And then Lahen's just like, you know what? Solidarity.
He's like, my team keeps dying here. Maybe I should try to get some vision alone.
It's like lemmings. They're just going one after another. It's okay.
Scout's in trouble here. There's no flash for him. He doesn't have enough damage to shoot through either of these targets. Raptor's like, you know what? I'm just going to go do the Karam.
Okay, I'm going to be honest.
You've got this.
We know that Jace cannot lane against the Olaf. But did we have to put the Syndra against the Olaf? I guess it just isn't good options.
You know, they hadn't tested it yet, so they're like, maybe. Up next is Diablo on the Kai'Sa's. Like,
Maybe
yeah.
Syndra beats a Fed Olaf, you know.
Oh, Vicla's in trouble now. As this game is getting pretty wild, he's just alone in his jungle, just dies.
Yeah, Clay's just killing the turret. They have 3 grubs as well. Okay. Well, you know how I said in the draft, I was like, I'm really interested to see how this Olaf does.
Yeah.
He is just the main character right now.
It's one of those picks where you can just kind of run away with the game.
Now, we know that our pro teams love drafting CC forever. Having
It's
Engage,
true.
having CC. CC's just powerful. One champion just too angry to get controlled.
You know, Huni would be proud. He's not here today, or at least I don't think he is. I haven't seen him. Not working today.
Imagine how much he'd surprise you if we just like...
He might just be here in the audience. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking. I don't see him.
Yeah, he actually did take a look. I don't see him. But Huni would be proud because this is how you get a lead with Ignite, and you push it and you take over the game. That's what he used to do on Rumble.
Yeah. Imagine being able to play in a meta where you get Ignite and then you just get TP for free. I think Huni's jealous.
Yeah, modern players have all the luck.
They can go to level 20?
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's really not fair.
Oh.
Or in Kingan's case, you can go to level 15 and then maybe just lose the game from there. But we'll see. I mean, it does feel like this Jace is
I think
very useless for now.
One thing the top lane role quest has done is like Kingan is still the highest level on his team.
Yeah.
But like if we didn't have role quests, he would just be in the bin.
All right.
A lot of heavy
Another big
lifting
TP
there.
here from Kingan.
Gets his shield broken
feel
by
bad for him.
Rel Q. Wow, he actually nearly did half. No, we'll say a third. He did about a third of Kellen's HP.
The TP isn't even that bad because if he's bot, he's just dying.
I
don't
don't know
think he
what the
lives.
response is to this Olaf.
I don't think he lives under that turret, and he
I
might
think
just
he dies here too.
Okay, you know what? Actually, maybe he should have stayed bot.
Okay, so
He's not having a great time.
you know, going back to stuff we said earlier, at the start of the day, I was kind of talking a little bit about how both these teams and a lot of these players kind of live or die by the form they're in. We've seen them at amazing highs,
Yes.
and then sometimes at some pretty dire lows. This is feeling like a bit of a low for King in this game.
Yeah.
And in fairness, it's not a fun matchup. He did also get ganked, but that was not an ideal situation, dying to the Cassiopeia there.
You can tell he's not. I mean, after the way things have gone, he's not playing his best game either. You know.
It's also Jace, right? If you're behind on Jace, it does just feel bad. So
There was a meta where you could just play tank Jace and not care as much, I suppose.
I think you'd still die. if you're
Yeah,
playing
he would.
tank
He would,
Jace right
for
now.
sure. But at this point, you kind of just have to sit back and shock blast the Varus. So that's your job.
He did a bit of damage.
He has 2 items. He's about to get the Muramana.
I mean, is unstacked Muramana a real full item?
No. He's about to get the Muramana.
Okay, nearly has 2 items.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm still struggling to see what to do about the Olaf situation. Because, like, Clay's playing respectful. He's like, okay, jungler's around. I'll respect that. I'll back off a bit. But I'm not even sure if they could actually stop him.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, he's just, like, in chains for the time being, but he doesn't realize his own strength.
Yeah.
He could just be unleashed.
It's like Silas or Rock Lee. He's got the weights on. They're just going to go in for a gank here on the Miasma as well. This is pretty dirty. Not much that Diablo can do about it. They're not really able to follow it with much damage, but Taeun is able to with the flash, and the arrow pierces through the heart of Diablo.
Great engage there from BNK FearX, really, with a Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa, who's pretty fed, honestly, has 2 items completed. You want to be the one leading the charge, going in, not getting engaged on yourself and caught on the Miasma. Both summoners burned from Diablo as well. There's a lot of summoners back in return from BNK FearX, I will say. Replay after here. We have the flank coming in from Vikla. And Diablo flashes, but still gets caught in the Magna Storm, the Miasma as well. Then the chase down comes through. The stun is good from Scout, but unfortunately the arrow has already been fired.
Oh, here's the POV. The flash and the arrow comes through. That's, well, I guess that's not technically POV. That's over the shoulder.
Yeah, maybe that's where Huni is right now. He's looking over the shoulder.
He's just breathing down someone's neck.
He's looking over Clay's shoulder. He's just like, yes, do it like this. He has a Death Dance
Take
second.
Sork pen boots, trust me.
Not sure you'd say that.
Long champion.
But he has Death Dance second, so I think he's at that point where he's just too angry to die.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's on a flank. Oh no. Diablo's no sums.
Can they deal with the Olaf? That is the question. Just stare at Clear. He's just going to take down everyone. Clear's like, who do I kill? Who do I go for? And maybe now he's going for Diablo. Diablo made that choice easy for him as now the sun comes in. Vikla frontlining against this, and the pullback from the Magnet is huge from the side of Kellen. Keeps Vikla alive. As now Kingen doing some damage, but is still frontlining, and maybe doesn't do all that much damage, actually. I take that back immediately. And, yeah, he's kind of baited in the rest of the team as well here. Scout is the last one alive. Clear not going to get stunned up. Raptor,
wave.
please.
Oh,
Sonic
man.
Good! And it's a triple kill for Raptor and a clean ace for BNK4X.
Raptor's just so good on this champion. It's just like a cheat code. Landing everything. He played this so well. I feel like we saw Clear get a bit of decision paralysis in this situation. He's like, who am I going for? He's like, okay, I'll hit Lehens a little bit here, but he's a support. Do I want to hit him? I'm like, do I go for Sponge? Do I go for Kingen? Diablo ults in, and then look at this kick. And they changed it, so even if you kill them with a kick, the body still goes. So it knocked up Kingen as well.
We actually got to see it.
It was very cool. And then Kingen's like, you know what? I've got this.
He's also hitting the Olaf.
Not get he legitimately was hitting Clear, but I didn't see his health bar move.
His shield went down a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah. And then Raptor's just landing every Sonic wave. This was really well played by Raptor. BNK4X getting a big influx of gold. I'm not sure what Nongshim can do right now. Felt like they were relying on Kingen to do some heavy lifting there, but I don't think he can.
Oh no.
He's dead.
He didn't even Ragnarok. He's like, nah, I can just run this guy down. Shinja only has one knockback with his ult. And that's the end of that. Kingen's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to get the mid-turret plates. And Lehens has to kind of force it here, has to try to enable Diablo, I guess. And it's not going to work out, obviously, as once again, Diablo frontlining against this one. The Undertow is going to hit Scout. He is now dead because of that. Double kill for the side of Raptor, as he's now got a triple-double. A triple kill and a double kill in this game.
This one is looking a little bit deep-fried. Deep-fried noodles, I guess. BNK4X gonna pick a Baron here, and I can't. I think sometimes, even when a team is behind, you're like, well, if they do this, if they do that. Other than like the most insane throw ever, I just can't see a way in for Nongshim for this position. Diablo ults in, and once again, just immediately gets focused down and dies. And here, the ult actually times out, and Clay he doesn't care, he just runs at him. Now, that Syndra ult was pressed, by the way.
Yeah.
Did not do damage.
I mean, if you're playing Syndra from behind into a Giga-fed Olaf and Lee Sin, you're having a bad time. I mean, we've all had those games in solo queue.
I'm going to list 3 champions, just random champions, who I think struggle from behind into something like an Olaf.
Okay.
Okay. Jace, Syndra, and we'll go Kai'Sa as well.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow, there's a Nongshim jams. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Also a Nautilus who's basically only CC. Yeah. Lehens trying to do something.
I'll do you one. I'll go 4. Nautilus as well.
Yeah. Well, Raptor, he's trying to do a little donation party once again.
Oh, he's coming.
But actually, it was just
Get through
all
the base gate. The base gate.
No, Scout, you went the wrong way. Oh, he actually got the knockback here. Clear. Will he go down in this game? Yes, he will. And the shutdown goes to Diablo. Maybe this is the beginning of the crazy throw you were talking about. They got to start somewhere.
I mean, Kai'Sa does have the DPS. If you can free hit him for like 12 seconds. Okay, well, it's a big influx of gold specifically for Diablo. Thanks to that 1,100 gold shutdown. now has a 300 gold lead over Taeyuan. You can see damage dealt. Scout has done a lot of damage, and that is because people aren't dying on BK Fearax, so he's just putting damage into them. Everyone on Nongshim just dies too quickly. I mean, if you actually look how long Diablo... We're not going to get to see it.
Oh, no. Not on Kingin. You could choose any other player. Why do you got to bully this guy? Isn't it like his 8th year since debut anniversary?
Maybe he's trying to get 8 deaths to celebrate that.
Only 2 away.
Yeah, this has not been an ideal Jays game. Maybe it's good Huni isn't here. I think he'd be pretty upset. Well, one thing I will say, the Baron power play, -3 gold currently. Okay,
Wow.
it's in the positive now.
They're definitely going to get some more here.
Oh,
All right, well, with 4 people, you can kill a Lee Sin, or at least get his GA.
yeah, the clear's there. Run away!
TV comes in. Kellen's got the flank, the rotation from top lane, and the damage takes a little bit to be layered in, especially into the Xin Zhao, but it is enough. And, yeah, BK Fearax doesn't feel like they've got much they can do to throw this one away. They're just going to push down mid lane. They still have the Baron buff for 7 seconds. And are looking to take down 2 inhibitors and maybe just the game.
Oh, I think so. Scout is here, looking for a stun. Not going to do much. I want to also note, Vic was 3 levels up on Scout. I think Scout did just hit level 14 there, so 2 levels. I mean, Rod of Ages definitely helped with that, but still, it's not ideal circumstance to be in. Yeah, I don't really have any way to sell this.
Nongshim, maybe they get another catch onto not clear. Or if it's clear, even better.
I think they just...
You get
yeah,
a Drake, and then you're on Infernal Soul Point.
I think they do need to find people on BK Fearax isolated, because the 5v5s have been a struggle. They also can't really use poke to get themselves out of this, because the Kai'Sa doesn't have AP, it's not very threatening in terms of poke, and the Jays just ain't doing damage. They get a G8, this could have been a huge pick if you get G8 and a Lee Sin, but fortunately BK Fearax, the rest of the team exists. This time Clear was like, you know what? I won't chase the back line because I can just kill the front line. I won't get carried out there. He now has 3 items with the Maw of Malmortius as well.
But he missed a cannon, so. King is about to get this top turret. Clawing their way back into this game. You know, it was 10,000 gold to lead. Now it's only 8K.
There's some nice silver linings.
Yeah.
They don't have Barons, so it's actually kind of hard to push in the wave here.
Yeah. It's a lot of wave clear with Syndra Jace. You don't have that buff. I mean, BK Fearax, they got the dragon, but there hasn't been much dragon pressure in this series, so.
Double even has the Runans to help with wave clear. That's not why he bought it, but...
But it helps.
Yeah. They might just look for a dive here. I'm getting the feeling they want to go for it.
It's a little bit scary against a Kai'Sa, I suppose.
Yeah, in the end they won't go for it. Baron is up in 45 seconds now. So they'll just move towards that and try and get set up. And the thing is, Nongshim need to try and get vision in now while they're resetting and then get out and get away. TP's nearly up on clear as well. And I can just imagine a scenario where all that TP's behind them and kills them all. Do you know why I can imagine that scenario?
Because we saw it earlier
this game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my imagination, it's actually more my memory
Not only
than my imagination.
did he TP behind them that one time, but he also just walked in behind them the other time.
Oh, the walk strategy?
Yeah.
Very valid.
He was pretending he was bot, but actually he was in the jungle. And he appeared behind them. And then Diablo ulted into him, and he said, thank you very much.
Not manage to secure any vision here. Oh, we're going to TP, though, from Kingin, from base to slightly closer to Baron.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping this leashed, and they have Cassiopeia, so still a lot of damage in the Baron, but they're going to go back to the Baron, as the turn is not the cleanest. They're going to catch Xin Zhao, and now actually the damage is going in on Kellen. He's going to go down, and now Clear trying to take a 1v5 in this situation. Wants to get Diablo, will take down the Kai'Sa. And he did his job as he immediately dies after. And Vikla gets the kill onto Kellen. They're looking for a little bit more. This is still a 3-on-3 situation, and Lahen's just left to die, as there's not much that Sponge and Scout can do.
Honestly, not the worst trade of all time initially, but they just can't maintain the pressure. They end up losing Lahen's as well. They're trying to push in for the end. Wave clear on Scout's doing his best.
Oh,
got a
that kick
kick.
is good, but the Sonic Wave hits the minion that spawns, and now going golden is Vikla, so he can't deal the damage, but it doesn't matter because Taeyeon comes back with his TP, and he lives, just barely. And that is going to bring us to game number 3 as BNK Fear-X claw their way back in the series and tie things up.
Considering how far behind Nongshim were, the fact that they traded 2 for 2 in the start of the fight wasn't terrible, but just they couldn't get away. There was still the other damage threats there, and as you said, Clear did his job in that fight, in that game, and the Olaf was certainly the main character there. Now have the series tied up between them. I think Raptor also on the Lee Sin, proving he can just hand stiff you at any point, and that has to be respected.
Well, at least the Lee Sin is gone now. They don't have to worry about that, as here's the post game. Scout did a lot of damage, hitting some very tanky targets and not killing them, whereas Diablo never really able to get online. Again, not necessarily his fault outside of, some of the mishaps with his ultimates, but neither here nor there, as a team, BNK Fear-X were able to take them down pretty handily, just like Nongshim did to them in game number 1. So we got a very even Saturday showdown here at Chizik Law Park, and we'll see you after the break.
썼어?
붙었어.
가자 앞라인 쳐봐 이겨
라인 치면서 볼게.
나 지금 텔 할게
얘들아 풀 있어 얘들아.
오케이.
나 시텔 라인 천천히 밀어 탑이랑 맞춰서 밀어
나 태어난 펠도 내가 천천히 해봐.
나 궁풀 있어 얘들아. 와이 빠지면 궁풀 볼게.
얘들아 풀 있고.
나 존야 있거든 어진
짜오 노공이야.
많이 빠졌다 얘
짜오 노플.
나 짜오 볼게 짜오
짜오 노플 노공.
나 짜오부터 볼게
신들아. 짜오 노플 노공.
존야 쓸게
짜오 노플 노공.
가면 돼 끝났어
나이스. 다행이다.
나 죽었다 다음 이면 돼
끝나.
잘 가.
잘한다.
The side of BNK Fear-X. Draft has mattered a lot, but so has the play. There have been a lot of plays in both games that have left us scratching our heads, let's say.
Yeah, I think draft a big factor, but comes down to how you play out in the Rift. If the Olaf hadn't gotten so fed, I know it was obviously very possible for him to do so, but we did see Raptor setting him up for success, and I'm just interested to see how either of these teams will set up their players for success in this one.
Vayne banned already.
This time, it's just been alternating the first pick so far. The first time that we see Nongshim on red side, BNK Fear-X on blue side. And with some of the bans have come through. So Varus is gone, Vayne is gone, Olaf is gone. Gnar priority, I think, is going up a good amount. So
Aurelia still available. We don't see much Aurelia, and when we do, it's very unfortunate. Lucian also banned here. We saw that ban in game number 2 by Nongshim. Akali also banned away.
So notably, Orianna yet to be banned. And also Locke yet to be banned.
Yeah.
So, pick your poison. I think maybe you ban neither, and then...
But they banned it 2 games in a row on blue side. Or on first
they
base.
ban Nocturne, because if they don't want to give over Nocturne Orianna if Nongshim takes the Orianna. But I think they will probably just take the lock. Maybe you should have left Nocturne open to take Orianna Nocturne yourselves. That would have been pretty cool. But
yeah.
either way, this is what we've ended up with. So, I mean, honestly, I think Scout has been playing pretty well. He had that great passage to play on the Syndra in that team fight. Other than when he got solo killed, that was a little rough. But the Ryze was great, and now he's been enabled on, quite frankly, the pick of the patch.
Yeah, Scout's been consistent, and really that's all you can ask for. He's playing very well today, and I think you give him lock, you're going to feel good. Now, there are a lot of things still left open. That's what BNK Fearx did by essentially not banning some of the other OP stuff. But you're giving lock. Maybe they get Orianna Camille, or a Camille something else. A jungle pick. Ziggs.
Bill Ziggs.
A bot
the
lane.
combo. Impossible to miss your ult when they're in the Hextech Ultimatum.
Well, you can if you misclick.
That would be a major skill issue. Impossible to dodge them, we'll say.
Yeah.
Now, toying with the idea of Pantheon here. We've seen some recent Pantheon games go pretty well, even though it's a pick that drifts down the meta. In fact, they're going to go for the Leona first. When we saw the Camille support be prevalent at these international events we had, Shen was often picked into it, but Leona's performance into Camille was great. She did really well in the matchup. You have that very short cooldown Q that holds the Camille accountable, and if she jumps into you, you're just too tanky. So Pantheon going to be paired up. A lot of lockdown available already, a lot of skirmishing power. If you get into a skirmish in the river, normally Camille is excellent at that, but into Pantheon Leona, you're just going to get CC layered and killed. And now I imagine they're going to take mid lane here for BNK Fearx. If they want that Orianna, you need to take it now.
Yep. Otherwise, it's first priority on the ban list. A lot of nodding, and it's actually Galio that is going to be the choice here. It's definitely going to be going mid. We don't have Rumble anymore. It's Fearless banned, and we don't want to pick that first. So Galio here, the selection for Vikla.
I mean, Camille Galio is a pretty strong combo. You have a lot of skirmishing power. You're not too worried about melee threats generally because, you know, you handle yourself well in melee. And if I'm looking at Locke, Leona, Pantheon, maybe you don't want to be playing Orianna into that. Maybe it's just a bit too scary. Talia going to get banned away. Very aware of the fact that that would very much shut down the Camille and also combo well with the CC they have. Wukong banned away for the team fighting power that it has with this composition.
Still no traditional AD carry selected with the lock. Almost definitely going mid. Corki and Talia taken away.
I wonder if they're concerned about the Gnar. But to be honest, this is Ambessa open. We've seen that matchup be pretty playable. Garnet ban comes through. Would have been a lot of lockdown, but lacking damage, I feel a bit, if they did go for that. But pretty good into controlling this short-range composition that Nongshim have. Do they want to go for like the Gnar or the Ambessa, or are they going to go for a jungler first? Is my question with BNK Fearx.
There's been pretty good with the counter picks. It could be something you look to try to do to the Gnar, as Nasus looks to be the choice here. Nope.
Nah.
Switched over to Nafir.
Theory.
Close enough. You know, they're right next to each other on the English client.
They're both dogs.
Yes.
So
Only one of them has a hot dog skin, though.
that's true. Where is the Nasus hot dog skin?
He's just got, like, the big hot dog costume that they wear. It just looks really silly. We're looking at an Aatrox, and Diablo with a big smile. Who's playing what?
Lock bot lane, and then I
Aatrox
presume
into Galio.
I think it could be Renekton mid. I think Renekton kind of just rolls that matchup.
Or you could just wait and see.
No, I want to predict. Also,
No, if you're Nongshim Red Force, you can predict all you want.
no, I want to say it now. I don't want to wait and see. Mordekaiser comes up. I imagine it's the Aatrox into that. Kingen is pretty proficient in the Aatrox. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. Definitely showing some flexibility. We did see Lock bot lane in the Kesper Cup. It's play 2 times, won 2 times.
It's just Lock. I mean, the champ's good. Play it anywhere.
What are they taking where? I want to see. Was I correct? Was I wrong?
Are you a wrong predictor?
I think I was wrong.
Whoa.
Okay, this was not the swap that I expected.
I did mention it as a possibility. I did not expect it to happen.
Okay, but you say you mentioned it as a possibility. This is like when Max is casting. It's like, oh, I mean, they could play Ezreal jungle, and it's like you're just saying things.
No, I mean,
why do you think it's a possibility?
Well, just because.
I mean, they've locked it in, but you know,
because when it was Lock and Aatrox only, essentially, you know, Lock still going to be good in the mid lane. You could just throw anything down in the bot lane if you want. It doesn't have to be a mage, technically. You're going up against a Ziggs. Maybe you don't have much pressure as Lock. You just throw an Aatrox down there. It's certainly interesting. And also, Diablo had a big smile when they locked in Aatrox, which I think was the biggest tell for me.
You're just judging off the smiles.
Just the smiles is what I do in the lip reading. Here we go, game 3.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, here we go, game 3. As Aux is checking desperately for some Diablo Aatrox games. I don't know if you're going to find those.
This is the really hidden stuff.
That is a good trade of flashes for Lahans.
I've not seen any.
You know, the other thing is that Scout almost definitely the better Lock player. But, okay, we're going for an invade. We can't even talk about it. Lahans is most likely dead. He doesn't have flash here. Do they have the damage, though, to take him down? With the flash here from Kellen, it will be enough. And First Blood does go over to Kellen on the Camille. Not the worst support to get that on. And,
Sponge, this is not your side of the map.
Well, at least he got the Wolves and he flashes. I think he lives. He's like,
and now Vic has to go back to lane.
Too.
So, yeah, Raptor can't really do anything. We saw the Pantheon into Neferi be super aggressive the other day, forcing the Neferi out. And now we look at our...
Did you find anything?
Bot lane mark. Nope, nothing.
No Diablo Aatrox?
No, I guess they've kept it hidden.
Do we know if Diablo
also,
is a solo lane player?
Can I just say...
Solo queue? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he mostly bot. I think he played a little bit of mid and top. But you were saying Scout's probably the better Lock player? As if, like, that's the justification for putting him on Lock? You realize Kingen is on the team.
Yeah.
You think that Kingen maybe perhaps is a more accomplished Aatrox player?
Scout is also almost definitely the better Aatrox player than Diablo. So, like...
Hey, we don't know that.
We don't know that for sure,
okay.
But like, almost definitely.
Kingen at least has a world skin, but we don't know.
This is the first time an AD carry player has played Aatrox.
Wow, what a
surprise!
No one is shocked at all.
All right, the pull comes through. Clear doesn't really have cooldowns, and they're just going to throw everything into him. Kingen, though, doesn't get the kill, and Scout also just going to flash away from that. It's now the re-engage on the chase here. I don't know, kind of getting minion blocked too in a dark jungle. They're just going to have to let him go.
Great play there by Clear to get away from that. Didn't even have a flash going into it, so big commit from Nongshim. Doesn't quite pay off. How many Conquerors, by the way, does Nongshim have? 4. This is like when Conqueror was OP when it first came out, and everyone just ran it, including AD carries. Oh, the taunt!
You can only dash once, but the taunt gets him.
The taunt, because his auto attack makes him dash through.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Scout just TP'd back, and now he doesn't have much HP. At least he got some back with the gray health. But either way, that's not a fun time. He's actually just going to back again. Or he thought about it.
Doing? Pretty good.
At the end of the day, Ziggs can't kill Aatrox.
Yeah.
Not for a long time.
Yeah, you really need
Not during the
points.
laning phase.
You need points in your queue, and you need a lost chapter, and then you can whittle him down. Speaking of whittling him down, Clear looks like he's about to get whittled.
It's kind of the opposite. He holds the wave, and they take 2 turret shots, and they're all here. They're all here. BNK FearX is able to turn onto Sponge, and even Lahen's still no flash. Raptor trying to chase him down, but Kingen at least saves that member. But Sponge not as lucky, and that's a kill over to Mordekaiser too.
Clear is playing this so well. Last game, we saw Kingen get beat down, brutalized, resources invested to shut him down. This game, they're trying to do the same to Clear, and it's just not working. He's just built different.
And now he has double buff.
Holding the wave here. So well played, so smart. They take the tower hits as well initially, which wards them away, and then they realize they've been trapped here. They wanted to make a quick dive, get out, and they're unable to do so. Sponge is left in the wreckage, and Clear even gets his kill. And double buffs.
Yep.
나줘.
Give it to me, he
나이스.
says.
맛있고요.
It's very
다이브 먹기
delicious.
신이야.
I didn't hear the last part. And now Kingen's dead. Kellen's been all over the map, by the way. He's been mid, he's been top, he's been all over the place, and helps out in the kill in top after double buff was just given over to Clear, who's feeling quite fed at the moment. And unfortunately for Kingen, his woes begin once again.
You know, Olaf is one of those champions. Okay, let's see what Taeyun's going to do here.
Well, he can kind of clear the wave. They're just going to go in, and Kellen is here. Flash forward from Taeyun. At least he trades a kill back in the 2v4.
He doesn't lose any minions, right? And it is a 1-for-1 trade. It's not ideal, don't get me wrong. Lahen's is happy to trade his life for the enemy bot laner. But I think it didn't really go too bad for Taeyun, all things considered. He was able to bounce that first minion at a tower range. Didn't kill it, but it bounced it away, so Lahen's took aggro immediately. Yeah, so what I was playing before,
야, 다이브가 좋은데?
last
Go
game...
Go for a dive, he says.
Oh.
아, 나이스.
So last game we saw... I keep getting distracted by this bot play. Yeah, so he satchels, he kills 2 and knocks the other one out of tower range. So the immediate aggro is there on Lahen's. Yeah, last game we saw Clear play a pick that really stat checks you when it's ahead.
Yeah.
In the Olaf. Would you believe this game he's playing a pick that really stat checks you when it's ahead?
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Well, at least Kingen's not playing Jace from behind. I do feel like Renekton
Yes,
can
Renekton
still...
notorious for being
I mean,
a champion who...
at least he can build kind of bruisery. Doesn't have to build Yomu's first time. And even from behind can resist dives. Not that last one, which was kind of like a half dive. But, you know,
It
can
isn't
press
as bad-
dominance
okay.
and try to live a
I
little bit
agree.
better than a Jace.
It isn't as bad as Jace.
Yes.
Not great, though.
It's not. And now we have him in a 1v1 and no way to get out, as there's the slice. And he's just going for the kill, actually, Kingen. But the flash forward with the slam, and eventually he will tick down as Clear picks up the solo. And the follow-up is to
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Goes to Leona. And now he will go up once again. Lahen's is going to flash away and does survive, but now the taunt comes in, flashes, does Sponge. Scout trying to get some kills on the backside of this, as we know Locke can do, but not quite able to do so.
Lahen's just went to space. I think
And he came back.
Yeah. That was pretty quick. Honestly, it's like the old Trundle Pillar Bug, but that one went even higher. This one was
Yeah.
pretty great. I really hope we get like a slow-mo, you know, the ones with like zoom in
Yeah,
on him just going going to the moon.
I really hope so, yeah. That's honestly the concept we're all here for. Like, the games are just kind of secondary.
Yeah.
If we could just get like a slow-mo zoom.
See, so this,
Found
what he does is he ults him, and then he just proceeds just to beat him down. It's pretty effective.
Stat check.
Look at those office desks in the background.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had this skin in the LCK before.
I haven't seen this in
I know
Okay.
we notoriously see Mordekaiser all the time, obviously.
There was like a week or two at some point, I think last year, where it was like, hey, this is pretty good.
Was the skin out then?
And then it disappeared. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's relatively new. As now we're fighting over the grubs. Both these teams love to fight for grubs. Nolan are like, no, these are our grubs. Raptor already got one, so at the end of the day, Doesn't really matter all too much.
I love how we literally have the first ever Aatrox bot lane game in the LCK. Diablo, the Prodigy 80 carry.
Wait, here it is.
Oh, there we go. Oh! You know what? I don't think that was into orbit. It was very high, though.
Yeah.
If you have a vid that high, he should get in the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. He can jump on a very high box.
Yes. Yeah, I love how we have this Aatrox bot lane, and it's just not relevant right now. We're just not even looking at it.
Yeah. He's just sitting there farming against Ziggs. Like, he's just a solo laner.
Having a
That's all
good
he
time.
is. That's his role.
I mean, you are playing into a lot of melee champions as Aatrox.
Yeah. They took
Just like
Renekton
that.
and Aatrox. They were like, okay, we're really indexing into this.
Yeah. I mean, team fights are going to be Ziggs playing at range, throwing all his bombs down, and then everyone else is just in the melee.
Yeah. All right, Kingan's going in there once again. Ult is popped from both. That time the slam is going to miss from Clear, but Kingan is getting quite low, and eventually just burns down once again. Third death for him. Second solo kill for Clear.
Yeah, he's kind of hit the point where he just doesn't even have to hit abilities. He just has to exist in his face, and he wins.
He has Dusk and Dawn 4 kills. Does Clear. Just TP'd back to lane with that.
Maybe they should have put the lock top. I don't know.
Maybe Diablo goes top, you know? Do like a little player switch.
No, they can't do that now with role quest. You're like assigned your role.
Yeah.
Can't switch it around. Honestly, I hope they add that functionality. So you can just... I miss when we had human swaps, you know, when Chovy used to go top lane.
Yeah.
It was a cool extra strategic element.
So, yeah, I mean, Kingan's the one that opts into this.
Yeah. And then he gets trapped in there and can't get out. I mean, he has Dusk and Dawn, so just the empowered orders. He just
형이야.
presses ability.
I am your Hyung, which I don't think he actually is. I'm pretty sure Kingan is older than Clear, off of the top of my head. But
Yeah, so I'm going to
it's
introduce
just-
you to a
it's-
concept. Brennan, it's called trash talk.
Yes.
Um,
Wait, you mean not everything is literal?
yeah, it's basically, he just, you know, the English translation would be he just called him Lil Bro. He just said,
Yes.
nice try, Lil Bro. So, yeah.
Apparently, it is a saying that's used generally when you're talking to your team. So it's not trash talk. You're basically saying, I am him. So that's, we're going like next level in this translation because that's like not even something I would have expected.
Yeah, that makes it seem a lot less trash talk.
It's not it's just like, yeah, I'm the guy, basically.
But I do love the thought of him just saying, nice try, Lil Bro.
I always thought that whenever Lehens used to say it, because he was the one that he was the one we used to hear all the time saying it.
It's good to have this additional content.
I thought he was always saying it to the opponent, but I guess, I don't know. Maybe Lehens was, and this time he is locked up, but he's still Leona, as he will go down to the Nefiri at the end of the day in the 3v1. Diablo trying to get something back, but some of those sweet spots not quite hitting the mark. He's trying to hold the wave here as Vikla. Doesn't really have kill pressure as Abyssal Mass Galio.
Locke's such a funny champion. It's like you shoot the nails at them and it just does, it's like, did I get hit? And then he just one-shots you.
Yep.
Oh, well, I don't think he's one-shotting Vikla right now.
No. Maybe with Sponge.
If he did, that would be some at value at.
I think there's an exclamation point in there as well.
Oh,
I'm
at value,
not sure.
exclamation point at. Oh, he missed the cannon. That was not at value, exclamation
Yeah, that
point
was
at.
like minus value there.
Oh.
We do have the heroic entrance here from Vikla, just trying to peel. Lehens here as well. Not able to lock down Vikla.
Yeah, the lock ult went down. What's it called? You should know this. You're the play-by-play.
We just actually saw it.
Yeah, I'm saying
It was,
the lock ult. I'm asking the name.
Is it? It starts with a P.
That's so useless, honestly.
We just saw this. I don't know why I can't remember.
The lock
It's
ult.
like Poltergeist or something. It's not, but it's
not Poltergeist.
it's not, but it's like something similar.
Whatever. You just distracted me. The one nice thing about not playing an AD carry, playing Aatrox, is the Nefiri doesn't instantly jump to you and one-shot you as well. Yeah, what I was going to say is he did hit the ult, Talon flashes out before it gets to the threshold. Brendan, I normally rely on you for these things.
You're the one with the iPad.
You're never helpful.
You can search it.
Okay, Lock, League of Legends. Let's take a look at
He's
what the
doing
ult
it. He's
is.
searching on the interwebs.
You should really know. Purgatory.
Yeah, see, you know, it's kind of similar.
Well, it does begin with a P.
It does start with a P.
That's definitely different default, guys.
They're like kind of similar length words, you know? I could like kind of see it in my head, but it wasn't.
You know, maybe I'm being too hard. Maybe
They have very different meanings, though.
They have different
for sure.
meanings, but in terms of...
Purgatory, definitely. I knew it wasn't Poltergeist because it doesn't really make sense, other than like the little ghost dude that pops up, I guess.
Turn them into a poltergeist.
Yeah. But
To be honest, a lot of
it is
abilities do
Purgatory.
that.
Yeah. If you get the kill.
Well, yeah.
We've really slowed down in this game after Kingen stopped dying to the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, he realized he can't just dash into him. And 1v1 him. Oh, that's a dead tower.
Yeah. Mordekaiser from ahead is really obnoxious. I mean,
Yeah?
nobody can come up here and help him. This is very much like game
On a level
number 2.
from like... I don't know.
I'd say-
Olaf ahead to...
It's like a 8 or like a 7.5 out of 10,
Yeah.
where there are champs that are more annoying and more obnoxious from ahead, but
Who's your most annoying champ on ahead? Right now,
I think it's
right?
some-
Because
it's
I
like-
think
it's
different
like a
eras,
Twitch.
there's different picks.
like a Twitch jungle,
Oh my
something
God.
like that.
No, see, I think that's not
Not
true.
a top laner.
Twitch jungle's always annoying. Not just when he's ahead.
Well, that's true.
When Twitch jungle just
We
shows
got
up level
TPs
2.
coming in here, though, as Vikla in a bit of trouble, but Clear, the big man, is here. And Kingen is going to TP down and offer his services, lands the stun. And Clear is just trying to back out of this one. A gigantic shield comes up, as it does. Flash away from Kingen to avoid some of that damage, as now Diablo's like, by the way, guys, I'm playing Aatrox. Please pay attention to me. But they do not want to. By the way, let's take a look at mid lane.
Yeah, so one of these
Let's go to
strengths
mid lane, yeah.
of Ziggs is actually taking towers. He's really good at that.
All that stuff in bot lane did not matter at all.
Yeah. Oh, TP flank coming in from Lock.
Okay. He is going to hit a nail eventually, I believe. He's going in onto the Ocean Drake.
Where is he hitting the nail? On the head?
The Ocean Drake,
Oh.
actually. Yeah, that's... He ended up just...
The Ocean Drake's head?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we could establish that.
No nail in the coffin yet.
Oh, we have a question
For an
on production. Do you think nail should do AP damage? In my head, it feels like it should do physical damage. The thing is, I think there's other things, like Shock Blaster's physical. I feel like that should really do magical if you think about it.
Yeah. I think it just comes down to the fact that this is not real life.
Yeah, what damage do magical nails in real life do, Brendan? And Shock Blasts?
Magical nails?
Yeah.
Magic damage, of course.
Oh, you've tested? How do you know?
Well, that's the thing. It's not real life, so I haven't been able to test it.
Oh, but you've tested in real life.
No. I just said it's not real life, so I can't.
But that's... Oh, stop talking. I'm being rage baited again.
It's already game 3 of Rise Group, and we're losing our minds.
Yeah.
So Lahen's died, by the way. That kind of happened off screen.
Yeah, that did happen.
He has died 4 times. He's like, listen, Kingen,
Also, Taeyun has
we've been
gone,
through a lot together.
He's gone the, oh my god, everyone is a bulky melee avenue of build on this Ziggs. With the Blackfire Torch, and he's got in the Leandries, he has the Oblivion Orb. So the burst isn't going to quite be there, but you ain't bursting anyone on the enemy team.
Yeah. Maybe Scout should have gone that on the Syndra last game. I don't think so.
He did go Blackfire Torch.
He did, yeah.
Go Leandries? I think he might have actually.
Maybe he did.
That's why he did so much damage, but they just still couldn't kill the Olaf.
Yeah. Not a lot of follow-up.
You need I mean, that's a problem with Olaf, is you need sustained damage, but if you don't kill him quick enough,
Yeah.
then he just heals and survives.
They might be able to get Lahen's again.
That's what they're looking for. Devil is here on the Aatrox.
Kingen, he keeps trying to like get some sort of pressure in the lane, but it's just not gonna happen.
I mean, they have the Aatrox, right? They got to this point of the game with the Aatrox. What is the game plan? AD carry is an Aatrox, so...
Well, they have Locke. He's OP.
Yeah?
100% win rate, by the way, in the LCK.
Not looking good for this game to keep that up.
All right, he clears the wave at least. They're trying to turn on a clear here, but not really a lot of pressure onto Mordekaiser as in comes Sponge and immediately takes him down. So actually they do have the pressure. Raptor goes up in the air, tries to take out the Leona. They do that, but Vikla's just kind of left alone. And now here comes Diablo on AD carry Aatrox. Nice satchel gets him out of there. But there it is, the Purgatory comes down, and now Scout has got Taeyun up against the wall. And that will be the end of him. Double kill goes over to Scout, and Gnome are kind of back in the game.
How broken is AD carry Aatrox? Definitely him, and not the fact that BNK
Absolutely.
completely overcommitted on this play. And these are not, there's no easy targets to dive here, but these are not easy targets to dive. And they focus the damage down onto Clear when he's still in tower range, so you can't really do anything. And then they finish off the biggest threat. With the Mord gone, Vikla still tanking tower for some reason. Diablo turns up, he's ready to pop off, and then unfortunately he doesn't connect with the Q2 there. But Scout's there to help with Purgatory, not Poltergeist.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think I saw Scout use Poltergeist there.
Oh, here's the over the shoulder. Yes, main character Aatrox.
Yeah. Maybe Scout saving Poltergeist for next fight.
I might just call it Poltergeist from now on and just be wrong. Just continuously accept the fact.
If everyone agrees that it's not Poltergeist, is it really wrong?
Maybe they have to change the name.
Yeah. I mean, they have changed the names. We were talking about Twitch earlier. Remember they changed his old name and then changed it back? Which one is it?
And
Which one is it now? Is his ult
and
currently...
also Lux.
No, but is Twitch ult currently Spray and Pray or Ratata? Which one is it?
I think it's Spray and Pray.
Which was it originally?
Spray and Pray.
So they went Spray and Pray, Ratata.
I feel like I'm being quizzed right now. I don't actually know.
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking you. I just remember them changing it.
Testing the League Classic.
Wait, so is Lux ult Purgatory or Poltergeist? Did they change it already?
They
Have
should.
we
They
changed
should,
it?
honestly. I think they should, yeah. Poltergeist sounds better. Sounds like a cool move. They're trying to go in on the lands again, and I mean, honestly, if you give them enough time, they can even kill the Leona. They're going pretty deep for this one. There's really no answer here.
Wait, he's still alive.
He is still alive, though, and he does walk it off, as now we got a fight on the right side. Sponge in a bit of trouble, but that is clear out of the fight, and the rest of Ocean, they just press their buttons. The Locke is going insane, and is trying to end this game in his favor. They're chasing down Kellen, who is going to flash away in his Camille, but a good fight once again for Nongshim.
This has been an incredible Fry's Group great game. Somehow, this game was so in favor of BNK FearX. They were monster fed, and then they keep trying to engage onto the Leona and the behind Renekton. And then it just backfires massively. And now they're up in gold. Nongshim are up in gold. They're about to get third dragon. It's Hextech Soul.
This feels like a little bit of over-indexing and tunnel vision, you could say.
Yeah, they go for Lehens. Lehens is very tanky, and he just keeps walking backwards. And the big thing, they commit the ult from the Fury. Lehens gets Aftershock at the end, and then Eclipses to survive the dot, and Raptor doesn't get a reset, which kills the momentum. Not that you really have much momentum into this enemy composition. They are all very bulky, but any momentum you did have was just gone.
Yeah, these fights don't feel like real straight-up 5v5s. They just feel like, you know, one team overextends. In this case, it's BNK FearX. And they just get wildly out of position and use a bunch of ults without actually doing anything, and then they're just kind of caught with their pants down.
I think as well, when you're engaging into this Nongshim composition, into things like the Aatrox, and allowing Scout to clean, I don't think it's going well for you. You actually have a ranged champion. I think you should let Taeyun get poke and force them to come into him.
Yeah.
And then they have to run through minefields and all this CC. But like they keep trying to dive, because they're like, guys, we have a Neferi Camille, we have to dive, but who are you diving? And honestly, I think in some ways this Aatrox bot is filling a similar role that Swain bot often does, where it's like, oh, the enemy comp is so hard to survive against as an AD carry. You want to dive me? Well, I'm playing Swain.
Yeah, just don't play an AD carry.
And in this situation, it's not Swain, it's Aatrox, but it serves a similar role. Oh, Kellen's in trouble.
And they can easily kill the BNK FearX support. Not the same can be said for Lehens. As now, I mean, Locke is just running rampant. There's really no recourse here as Clear is trying to get at least one kill, takes down the Pantheon, but now is 1v3. And Diablo's keeping him busy on the left side. Might be able to take down Vikla here in the extended trade, and there it is. This Aatrox looking pretty good.
This could be it. Brendan, I don't think you understand. This could be Aatrox bot lane 100% win rate in the LCK. And that's not at all skewed by the fact that it's being played with Locke, who is currently 100% win rate in the LCK. They just find Kellen, and with how quickly he died, I think Scout must have used Poltergeist.
He did.
But how quickly he
Poltergeist got used in that.
Yeah, wow, insane. But specifically Poltergeist and not Purgatory. That didn't look like a Purgatory. And then Clear's trying to do his best, but they just run him down, and Scout has so much damage now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if the rest of your team doesn't exist, the best you can do as Mordekaiser is 1-for-1.
I think this is
you
kind
get
of
one
like
kill in your ult, and then you just die.
Clear's here, he's like, yeah, I'm going to do counter pick and stuff like that. I'm going to try and see what your comp is and counter it. You know what's actually really good that isn't counter pick? Just blind picking the most broken champion on the patch. By far. Counter pick this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Look at the mid lane, 6-0-2 against 0-3-0. I don't think it worked. Some champions in the states they're in feel a little bit uncounterable.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen, not in the LCK, but we've seen Locke struggle if he's behind, right? But he just hasn't been behind in the LCK. We do have Dragon in a minute 40. Is Hextech sold for Nongshim, so they want to try and make something happen before then.
Can they kill the Swain/Aatrox? That is really the question. He does have Flash still, and he flashes away. The fans loved that one. As now the re-engage comes in, they just kill Kellen. The Camille is gone, and Vikla's just on the run as well, trying to turn things a little bit under his own turret, as they do have a bit of damage from the Ziggs as well. I mean, they got to be careful under the turret, as Taylor will get a kill back. Meanwhile, Scout just having his way with whoever is left over.
7-0-4 now. And yeah, they try to go for the Aatrox, who has a Death Stance and a Maw.
And Flash.
Didn't work. They just don't have a good dive target, honestly. And I think the problem is they're behind, so like we have to go in, we have to dive. It's just not working. Really at all. Now a 5,000 gold lead. Yeah, we see them going for Diablo here. The damage isn't immediately there. They get the ult from the Ziggs, but he sidesteps to center. Doesn't actually hit that Q2 on the flash away, but it just doesn't matter. And this immediate flash from the Hens on a Taeyun. He does a good flash to get out of the follow-up, but it's just not enough gas in the tank. Raptor even fails the flash, which is pretty unfortunate. He was having a pretty good series.
You can't run away from him. You can't lock him down.
Lock him down?
Yes. You can't.
Wow.
I feel like that's something I say very often just because his mobility is insane. I mean,
you know what's the craziest thing? You know what actually is the craziest thing about the champion, more than anything else? The fact that he can reactivate his W when he's CC'd. You know, like the gray health?
yeah, that should not be a thing.
The fact that he can press it when he's CC'd. Because it's like you CC him, and he's like, oh, I will just use my best defensive tool while CC'd. Like, imagine if Galio could taunt while CC'd. Like, how broken that would be.
Yeah.
Or, like, Mordekaiser has a shield.
Or anybody. Leona.
Imagine if Leona could just press Eclipse.
She's like, oh, I
While
didn't press it. That's okay. I'll just press it now while I'm CC'd and in trouble.
Renekton could ult while CC'd.
Yeah.
Man, this is, honestly, Pantheon could press his E while CC'd. If all of these things sound unbalanced to
The Fury can hop up into the air while she's CC'd.
oh my god. Yeah, it's because
She's like, oh man, I got caught. I guess I'll just go untargetable. That's basically how it feels.
a little bit, yeah.
It's a problem. And BNK FearX, you know, this is... Said this the last time the lock was played, where it's like, okay, we're going to try this. We have an answer, we think. Much like Carrier's Bard and other OP champs over the course of the years of League of Legends.
The thing is, I think the thing specifically with Carrier's Bard is it's one specific player being extremely good with it, so I can understand, like, it feels bad to ban it. But you just got to pay. You just got to pay the lock tax. It reminds me.
Yeah.
Remember when he had the Juggernaut meta at Worlds?
Yeah.
And there was that meme about balls being in Diamond, and then he played. I think it was GP and got like a pentakill or something, and it was just like. I mean, obviously his rank wasn't reflective of, you know, his actual skill, but I just think it was just very funny at the time because everyone was flaming him for his rank in solo queue, and then he just picks GP on 1v9s. Was not bounced. You know who was another Juggernaut around that time? Mordekaiser. Unfortunately, he cannot summon the dragon anymore.
Yeah. Could be Darius as well. I feel like wasn't there some content recently about this?
Yeah, they did bring this thing out for League Classic. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, it is Darius, where...
Oh, wait, it was Darius. It wasn't GP.
Because he was, like, giga broken.
Oh,
Darius.
my God.
Like,
it was
and they just gave him Darius.
Cloud9 Balls played Darius, got a pentakill, not GP.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry, my
but
old
Darius
age,
was like
in my old age, I'm forgetting.
Yeah, you're 31 now. That's like basically ancient. Clear actually might be in a bit of trouble here. I mean, eventually, after his ult does go away, but we got a TP coming in and Sponge in a bit of trouble. Doesn't have a Z up anymore, as a lot of members of Notion are coming over. But Taeyeon able to land a big bomb onto a couple, and Vikla gets interrupted on his escape. And that'll be a 2-for-1 here in favor of Notion.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Vikla did when he flashed over the wall. That looked so weird. I really hope we get to see that again to work that out. Clear, you know, he can throw down, he can ult, but when he comes out again, he's in trouble regardless. I think the reason as well, the TP comes in, he gets jumped on, and it does end up then turning it around. But I kind of want to see what happened with Vikla over this wall. So he flashes.
He tried to Justice Punch, but he hit the wall. So he didn't actually gain any.
It looked like he just autoed the wall, which
Yeah.
I guess he kind of did.
He Justice Punched
Justice Punch, yeah. It did just look like he was trying to punch the wall and then ulted. I think maybe if he just ulted immediately, he would have had a better chance of getting out. But I guess he just face planted the wall.
He did, yeah. And he just died mid-ult.
Yeah.
Nongshim got the first Baron. They're looking for another one. And, I mean, what are you going to do?
Oh, wait, look at the ward. Look at the ward he just placed down mid. You know, he can see Lehen.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they're just moving the vision up.
He's looking at Lehen's, who's clearing the ward.
Oh, no. Okay, they lost the ward. Never mind. GG. I was like, if he wards there, and then he goes a bit forward, and he wards again, and then he goes a bit forward, and he wards again, and he goes a bit forward, then he can ward Baron.
Yeah. And then he can hookshot into Baron and die as well.
He could do that.
That is something he could do.
Chose not to, though.
Lands, he wants to be part of that fight. And Sponge is going very deep for this one. Has a little bit of help from Scout, who is also just going to absolutely murder the Camille. And there's no stopping this. I mean, there's nothing you can do. He just burst your whole team down. And they are quite ahead at this point. So just putting the nail in the coffin is Nongshim here on this game number 3. Just waiting for the wave to come in, and then they'll push for the victory.
Got some bonus facts, by the way. Not only has Aatrox bot lane never lost a game, it's also actually never died in the LCK.
Wow.
Not a single time. Very impressive. Is it OP? Do we need to nerf Aatrox bot lane? I don't know.
No. Hey, I mean, Clear still had a positive KDA, so there's that. They're pretty low now. I mean, going golden here.
Wait.
He's trying to auto down the Nexus and end this game, and I think he will be able to. Clear not able to take down the lock. This lock is just too OP, and Nongshim will take the 2-1 victory here in our Fries group matchup. Has a big smile there on Diablo's face, the Aatrox bot player, who does end up making a pretty interesting play on the Aatrox. He wasn't necessarily the main character. That, of course, goes over to Scout.
Yeah, Scout was very much the main character. I feel like today in general for the side of Nongshim, I think Clear was trying to put up its best competition on the other side, but Scout in phenomenal form. And yeah, Aatrox bot lane. If they're all going to dive you, just pick something like that. And what can they do?
Kingham's like, my job here is done. But you didn't do anything. It's okay. He got the win.
Yeah, I mean, he was just picking notorious weak side champions like Jace. To be fair, he kind of got left out to dry a little bit in that game too, but Scout came in huge, and this time This time, Diablo wins the matchup against Taeyun. Taeyun having the edge during round 1 and 2 on different teams, but he was the one to win both out, and this time it is Diablo who comes out ahead. Whoa! Whoa!
Throwing off the jersey. As there's all sorts of fun jersey shenanigans that can happen between these two teams. And the changing of the jerseys between Diablo and Taeyun. Taeyun throws him the big smile there, as he knows what Lehens is doing.
You know what?
I think that's Jace, but actually that was Aatrox.
I think
You might think that's Mordek. No,
that might be the
it's
first time
Aatrox.
I've had an AD carry do an Aatrox celebration.
Yeah.
Because that's the first.
How do you know it was I thought it was
He did the Q, obviously.
Mordekaiser. No, I'm kidding. Just because there are like so many different champs that can have that, you know, hammer down kind of thing. Look right there, like Mordekaiser.
No, he was clearly doing Darius dunk.
Yeah.
It's because he heard us talking about balls, and he was like, yes, Cloud9 balls, my goat.
Yeah.
Darius pentakill. This is what he did. That's exactly the context of that celebration.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Clear had a great series, had a great game, and then it just wasn't enough. I think the Neferi and the Camille struggled in this one to really have an impact. Diving into this comp did not seem like a fun time. And I was wondering, personally, is Lock OP? And I'm glad we could have a team leave.
So we're BNK Fear X.
Yeah, we had a team.
Actually, they were wondering. And they were like, you know what, let's leave it open and find out.
Yeah, but maybe this isn't enough evidence. Maybe we need to leave it open a few more times. Just to make sure.
Because they banned it twice on the first pick side. And then on second pick, they leave it open.
You don't understand. It was those times it was OP, but this time, for some reason... So, oh yeah, with Fearless, reducing the champions who can deal with him, he got less OP.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
볼게.
They had the Galio counter pick prepared.
아, 연계 하나씩 해봤어요.
네, 풀더베 호응이랑.
Well,
나이터 연계해놓을게.
sometimes you just slam those broken pick of the patch and pop off.
야, 계속 그
2 games now, right, in the LCK, I believe.
Yeah.
Cutting Casper. It did lose a game in Casper, but I think it's like...
It's Kespa Cup. I mean,
괜찮아, 이겨.
I also think it's like 10-1. So even though I lost a game, it's
I think it's
10-1.
11-1 now.
11, wow. Well, in the LCK...
It was 9-1 coming in.
Oh, you mean overall? Or do you mean... Because I'm
Overall.
Talking, okay, in Casper it's 9-1, LCK it's 2-0.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I
Well,
believe so.
a lot of damage, but the damage feels a little bit fake when you're just dealing with so much bulk.
Yep. Much like game number 2.
I think POM could not be easier. Could not be
It's
easier.
Lehens, right? For the
Diablo
sixth
for the Aatrox
celebration.
bot lane, obviously.
Or maybe Kingen for tilt proof. Yeah, Scout's going to pick it up.
Yeah,
Even
I mean...
with the 2 and 7 Syndra, it doesn't matter. Syndra was great.
Even the Syndra, yeah, he had some great moments. That chain of stuns he got, it's just they kind of got overall beaten on that one. But he was the main character in game 1 and 3 for sure, and a massive threat. So phenomenal play from Scout there. And you know, you're gonna have to do something a bit more outrageous than pick Aatrox bot lane if you want to get POM.
Yeah, I mean, he played it all right. I don't think he was bad at it.
Who do you think's the best? That's a tier list, because you were talking about that earlier, the Aatrox tier list in Nongshim.
Kingen is probably still the best.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough Scout playing it, but he's probably... I would say Diablo's probably better than Lehens at it.
Okay.
Like, I'll give him that.
Lehens
Him and Sponge,
will hear that.
I don't know.
He'll whip out Aatrox support just because of that.
Can't be that bad. Maybe in like a game
It has
5.
so much CC, right? Isn't that what
It
supports
does.
one?
It has a lot of knockups, and it has a kind of root.
If you think about it, if you get queued by Leona, you get stunned once, but you can knock them up 3 times?
Yeah.
Alistair only knocks up once. Aatrox knocks up 3 times with 1 Q. Like,
Just play
well, I
with
mean, I guess 3
champ.
Qs, but 1 ability cooldown.
Yeah. Play with another champ that has CC, and you're probably doing okay.
Yeah.
Like Pantheon Aatrox bot. He carries
sounds-
so overrated.
That sounds
anyway.
fun.
We don't need any of that anymore. just play Aatrox bot. It's fine. Guys, we're done here. Let's throw it over to Deer for the translation of the POM interview.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Scout on the side of Nongshim Red Force, who just reached their 7 wins with today's victory.
네, 오늘 굉장히 주목도가 높았던 Saturday Showdown이었습니다. 많은 분들이
Today's Saturday Showdown was so hyped. It was highly anticipated. And Nongshim took that win. How spicy was that? You know, the overall match didn't go very smoothly, but I'm just really glad that we were able to win. So what was the team discussion like ahead of the match? I think everyone was just saying, oh, we really want to win. And that's just how you were able to secure that victory. And in game 1, the early game was pretty rocky for Vi, but you guys were able to flip the momentum to secure the win. So what was the turning point? Yeah, I think we were falling behind pretty badly in game 1, but I think it's just that trade, the team fight in the red side that was actually really big, and afterwards we were able to sort of take over the control of the game. And in the game 3 draft, your Locke made an appearance, and Locke is undefeated in the LCK, so what crossed your mind when he was unlocked? You know, just from the remaining champions that were available, I just didn't think that there were a lot of counters to Locke, and that's why that it would have been a really good choice. But in the end, you know, the early game was quite difficult, more difficult than I expected. So how are you able to become so proficient at Locke in such a short time? Honestly, because we had so much time to be able to practice, I think I had no problem picking up a new champion like that. And game 3, Nongshim's secret weapon. We got the first ever Aatrox bot in the LCK. So was this a pick that was prepared against the non-traditional AD carry? You know, Diablo always wanted to play that ever since we scrimmed, and I just didn't even know that it was going to be that good of a pick. But for today, I feel like that game specifically, because the enemy champions had a lot of melee champions that actually did well. It just did well in the end. And the Mordekaiser, the Fed Mordekaiser, made the game so challenging for you guys. I think we just had to stall out the game by avoiding the Mordekaiser in the mid game. And yeah, honestly, it's just because the Mordekaiser ults that melted the whoever was against him. I think that's otherwise we were able to sort of burst him down quickly, so it didn't feel too difficult. And Leehan's got 500 kills today. Any word of congrats? I think we should do better. And your round 3 week 1 has come to an end with in a win streak. So what is your mindset for your next opponent, Hanjin Brion? I think we just have to put in even more effort, and we have to practice even harder. So I think even for our early game and all games 1, 2, 3, I think we just have to really keep on working on ourselves and improve our performance. And that is all from Scout, and back to the desk. Thank you.